Yeah. What's up, dude?
What up?
Hello.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the Nothing's for No One podcast. Today, our guest is Mr. Brody Uttely of Rivers of Nihil. Did I say that right? Did I say your band name right?
Is it Nihil or Nihil?
How many times do you think you've been asked that now? Like a million?
3 million times.
Yeah, I'm sure it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I keep coming up with more creative ways to say it, but
Yeah.
I think I should probably
man.
stop doing that.
Well, what's up, dude?
Dude, nothing. Just fucking hanging out with my fucking Soviet Union heater right here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, I think that shit like that is so sick though.
Yeah,
Like it just looks
totally sick.
Like it just looks like the Doom soundtrack sounds.
Very yeah, that's very fucking true. Dude, this whole week Alex has been on this kick of like watching videos of dudes on YouTube review MRE dinners, like military. Yeah.
I've done that. I did that. Dude. I somehow got into that because I was watching like LA Beast videos.
Oh hell yeah,
nice.
he rules.
Yeah.
He's so sick.
So cool, dude. Like the episode where he fucking puts his hand in liquid ice.
Yeah,
and it's just, and like it's like an actual medical emergency.
Yeah.
Like what a fucking cool person.
Yeah, he rules. I remember he posted some video of like a walking challenge and he's like, yeah, I've been walking outside for 5 days in a row now. And I'm just like, oh shit, dude. Like,
dude, speaking of fucking cool people,
yeah.
How cool is Rob Wharton?
Oh yeah, he's the shit, dude.
Dude, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I love Rob Wharton.
Rob's the man, dude. Yeah.
Dude, we just did that tour a couple months ago with like Fit for an Autopsy and
they were on a few dates, right?
Dude, they were on for more than a few. So like Discarnate couldn't make it into the country.
Yeah.
And like Cognitive like was originally like, yeah, we're just doing 2 shows. And then they ended up doing like a week of shows on that tour or something.
Shit.
It was like it might have been 6 shows, but dude, they were there for like a while and like, dude, I just like rediscovered my love for Rob Wharton.
Yeah,
like that dude
he's the man.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
And like, dude, he would just like, I feel bad talking about this, but like he would just like go up to like Jake and like make fun of him,
yeah.
which nobody does, right?
Yeah.
And, like,
okay.
He would just like make fun of his outfits and shit.
Oh.
Like he'd be like, "Where'd you get those fucking shoes, Jake? Fucking out of a dumpster?" Like he would he would just like go up and be like super rude, you know?
That's funny.
And dude, just like he would always like wear the same shirts as me, but like by accident.
Hell
and
yeah.
he'd be like looking at me from across the room, like
like that.
Dude, I love Rob Wharton.
He's awesome.
I think
I like all those dudes. At least who was Tadpole playing drums for them on that tour?
The short dude.
Yeah, with the big poofy hair.
Yeah. He's sick.
Yeah, he is sick. He's an awesome dude too, and I like Tyler a lot. Their bass player.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Tyler. I've known him for like years. Like I recorded his first, well, not his first band, but one of his bands called Dismal. Not Dismal.
Yeah, because wasn't he was in bands with that Darren dude, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Not Dismal. Burn the Empire. That's what they were called. And I recorded their like one of their
fantastic
EPs
band name, dude.
Burn the Empire. Yeah,
dude.
And yeah, dude. So like Darren went on to join Kennedyville, and Tyler went on to do Cognitive. So it's cool to see. And Zach, who played saxophone on Where Owls Know My Name, he played bass in that band.
Oh,
and now he's
okay.
And now he's in Burial in the Sky with the drummer of that band.
Okay, yeah. I've seen their name a bunch.
Yeah, they're really sick, man.
That's cool.
Burial in the Sky, like they're just, like they oftentimes end up playing with us around like the Philly Reading area, and like they're always so sick to watch. Like they just like, because Zach plays sax for them too, so he runs like double duty. They're really sick though.
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't even remember I don't even remember how we got here. I was just like,
I definitely don't remember. But
speaking of people, like, and then I talked about Rob Morton.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, dude, that Loathe song though is real sick. I don't know if we were talking about that on the podcast or not, or beforehand.
No, beforehand, the show. You were talking about this band Loathe, and you said Chino tweeted them.
Yeah, he treated them. Yeah, he tweeted about them, and dude, it's like, it's like, it sounds like Deftones a lot.
Yeah, I definitely thought that.
But like my favorite part of Deftones, because like I'm not like, I do love that band, but I'm not like huge on their super abrasive shit. I like those like big sad
the
atmospheric
songs,
yeah, like Entombed. Like I know you said you love that song.
Yeah, that song is dope. Yeah,
that like that whole band, Loathe, just reminds me of like that song by Deftones, which is actually. Which is very sick. I don't know. I think that normally that could be like used as like an insult, but I'm like,
I'm fine with that. Yeah,
I like it for that reason.
I hear you.
But yeah, no, that shit was cool, dude. I've been like having a pretty good like 12 hours. I gotta say,
sick.
Yeah, dude. So like I don't know. Yesterday I woke up kind of like all in a shitty mood. I was like, God damn it, I have to do stuff and whatever. And like, but dude, last night I watched, I rented The Lighthouse.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing that tonight, actually.
Do it, dude. Yeah, dude, get it.
Okay.
I knew that movie was sick.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what it was about really.
Okay.
So I kind of went into it like having not seen the trailer or anything.
Sure.
So like, I didn't really know what to expect. And dude, it's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna definitely rewatch it before I return it. But
cool.
Man, like, dude, just like the soundtrack alone on that is just like, I feel like they tried to relate all of the like sounds in the soundtrack to like kind of like what like a foghorn sounds like, because there's this like really like present sound through the entire movie of the foghorn from The Lighthouse, which is, by the way, probably the most terrifying sound I've ever heard. And every time it plays in the movie, I'm just like, oh my God. But like that whole soundtrack, it's everything. There's like this really like deep tension throughout the entire score. Like it kind of reminds me of like Gorguts wrote like a movie soundtrack. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's just all like,
I get what you're saying.
That's cool.
Really ugly, weird tension stuff. But so anyway, I watched that last night and that was sick. And I heard that Loathe track, and I hadn't even like ever really listened to that band. So like I had
I've just seen their name a bunch of places.
But I checked that song out last night. I was very stoked about that. Then this morning, I got this. Let me look up what it's called. I got this app called Tidal.
That's Jay-Z's fucking streaming app, I think. Right?
Oh, is it really?
I think Jay-Z owns Tidal. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, whatever it is, I just like did the month-long subscription. It's like a free month. Normally, there's like two options on it. The $25 a month option, which is crazy. Yeah. But it's like true, like high fidelity.
That's kind of cool.
And also, because I have those Sony noise canceling headphones that I just got. I can do this 360 quadraphonic sound option with it. Dude, this morning I listened to Bitches Brew in surround sound and I fucking lost my mind.
That's sick, dude. That sounds awesome.
Dude, I didn't even smoke or anything, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And then they have like Harry, I don't know if did you guys ever listen to Harry Nilsson? Did you guys ever like check his stuff out? He was kind of like a sort of just like a weird underdog during the 70s that had some like commercial success. He wrote, or his song is that song Without You. It was originally done by this band called Badfinger, and then Harry Nilsson covered it and like made it into like a multi-platinum winning song. Anyway, he's real sick. I like his music a lot, and they have his stuff on there. They have in quadraphonic sound, dude. It's sick. So that happened, and then that Mac Miller thing.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Dude, I mean, as you know, I think I'm a huge Mac Miller fan. What's the band that was your album of the year this past year? Okay, so I know, dude, you feel about that band like I feel about Mac Miller, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw that song this morning, I was like, oh shit, and dude, and I don't know, I have this interesting way of reacting to things where I'll hear something and I'll think I love it, and then I'll never listen to it again. So I don't know. I didn't know if that's what was going on. When I first heard this song, if I was just kind of overreacting in my typical fashion. So I went on. I saw that Fantano recently did a track review of this song, right? And
weird,
dude. He cries.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, and he never gave Mac Miller any good reviews.
Really?
The highest Mac Miller ever got on Fantano review was a 7.
Oh damn.
And the record that he released right before he died, Fantano gave it a 2.
Oh shit. Okay.
But dude, Eddie Fantano burst into tears over this song. I was
That's
wow.
Sick. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, I was like, this must be cool then, because I don't know, I
thought it was a good song.
Yeah, I think a lot of times with hip hop stuff, non-metal stuff, I oftentimes end up agreeing with Fantano for the most part. But yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird seeing that. And then the other cool thing that happened is that I think me and my cousin, his name's Randy. He lives out in Denver, and he's and I don't know, 12 or 15 years older than me, but he's always been a real big electronic music fan.
Oh, okay.
And he's always made his own electronic music. And we've been talking more and more over the last couple of years because I go through Denver, and when I go through there, I see him. So we just kind of been maintaining contact a lot more recently, and we just now realized that we both use Cubase to record.
Oh shit.
And he's gonna send me a track to work on. So I think me and my cousin might end up doing this kind of electronic thing together.
That's cool.
Fun. Yeah, it's weird because he's when I was a kid, he was an adult. But I remember my dad playing his electronic stuff around the house, and me when I was a kid, I was like, this is stupid. Why doesn't he want to play guitar? And now I'm definitely at a point where I need a mental turn off from Rivers. So I think that having a cool, especially with a family member, I don't know.
That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah, I think that's cool. So he's gonna be sending me a track in a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna throw some typical Brodyisms on it.
Hell yeah, that'll be dope, dude.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah. I haven't done anything musically outside of Rivers in the last 10 years. So
you've been cranking out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess I've always sort of found a way to make whatever it is that I'm writing fit with Rivers, and sometimes it's kind of fitting a square peg in a round hole, I guess. But I've always just kind of forced it, and that's worked out good in some cases, the last record. But I don't know. I guess having something that's clearly not for Rivers, that I can just apply things to. I don't know. It's just a nice mental break because I always honestly, dude, if I started making electronic music by myself, I would probably end up throwing it on a Rivers record. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it would be good and maybe it wouldn't be, but I don't know. It's nice to not have to think about having to do that, just because it's a project with my cousin.
Yeah, dude, me and Adrian were talking about how fucking sick all your new shit is the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday at practice. So
I sent him some stuff earlier in the week or last week. Me and him were just going off about creativity.
Yeah,
and
he was telling me, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was I don't know, I guess I've never really had anyone that I can talk to that's like in the same kind of, I guess, creative position that I'm in. Like where, I don't know, like Adrian like orchestrates like so much of like, what Warforged is, I guess, right? Like he
absolutely,
writes everything, or at least, previously like wrote everything out in Guitar Pro and stuff. And like, so like, and that's like very much, I guess, what I do in Rivers. So like Adrian's a thoughtful dude, so like having like, I guess like I am too, a lot of the times. So like having I don't know, having a dude who's like open to discuss that, that kind of position that we're both in. It was cool talking to him. Cause like, I don't know, like I don't talk to Adrian enough. Like, if we come through Chicago and he like shows up with bread, like we hang out. Like, I feel like I haven't gotten to talk to him as much as I'd like to in the last couple of years. So it was sick to like exchange just like, I guess where we're both at and, like what we're pulling influences from. And, we ended up talking a lot about like David Lynch and like that new Joker movie, which I convinced him to rent, and it seemed like he liked it.
Yeah. He was telling me it was really good. I still have to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
Just watched that the other night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Come on, get on it.
Yeah, dude, you definitely need to watch The Lighthouse and watch
The Joker. Yeah, I'll probably do both of those maybe tonight. Get a little high,
Dude, they're both at Redbox right now.
Fuck.
So you can
Dude, are there even still Redboxes in Chicago? I never seen them anywhere.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've noticed one.
I've started to rent shit on like YouTube or like Amazon or something. Like
I don't know.
I just cast it to my TV or something.
Sometimes I do that, but then I don't know. I tend to get carried away with like Prime stuff when it's like, so I'll just watch that too, and like I don't like notice the like $40 bill that I have racked up. Like I totally did that with Chernobyl one night.
Oh,
I was just like, I guess I'll just buy all the episodes. I mean, I'm glad I did because it was very good, but dude, like, that's why I still do the Redbox, because it's like I can see the money thing happening, you know?
Yeah, that's
more controlling. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's definitely good. See, I never did. My parents pay for cable, so they get HBO and they get like
That's
Showtime
awesome.
and all kinds of stuff. So like, I could watch a lot of shit for free.
There's something about like the one thing you can't have. It's like, I gotta pay for it.
Yeah,
fuck it, I'll
dude,
do it.
I rented. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you should watch it. The Misery Signals documentary.
I've seen it.
Yeah. It's really fucking sick.
When did that come
bought
out?
that on YouTube like 10 years ago.
Okay.
It was when they were doing the 10-year or 5 years ago. So it was when they were doing
it wasn't that long ago.
I don't know why I said 10 years ago. Probably because I'm really fucked up. But
dude, yeah, that shit was sick. I honestly just
documentary.
Like, it kind of made me depressed a little bit, I guess.
Me too, for sure.
Like, I don't know, just like,
but
yeah, I mean, but then also like the scenes, I don't know, it just felt real because it was real. Like, just like they were playing like, some big ass venue in New York one night, and then they were playing in like a trailer with like 30 people there the next night. Like, it was just like the contrast. Because to me, Misery Signals, when I was, coming up, was like a big band,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I guess I kind of. Do you know they're like full? Were you a fan of that band?
Oh yes, I'm a huge fan of it. I'm still a big fan of that band.
Do you like? I mean, I kind of came on board with that band during Mirrors. So like,
same. I came on with Controller.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got into them during that record cycle, but the first song I heard from them was the Failsafe off of Mirrors.
Okay. Yeah.
Which like I think that song is sick as fuck.
I think the album is sick as fuck.
It's the drum fill song.
Honest. What is it?
I call it the drum fill song. Because it's that same fill constantly. Still a good song. I do like it, but I always think of that as like, oh man, it's the one where it's the drum fill indefinitely.
Yeah, dude, it is, dude. But like, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but like back then, like that dude and the dude from like August Burns Red were like the two like hot shots.
Yeah, they were the drummers, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like star drummers, right? Because they like started like a whole new style of drumming in metalcore, I guess.
Definitely.
But like, what I was saying is, I'm personally a fan of like all the records after the first one.
Same.
Like a lot of dudes.
I'm the old guy that likes the first record.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, Biggs is that guy for sure.
I like the first record.
I wish the production was better, but I do like it.
I like it too. Well, didn't Devin Townsend do that record?
He did, yeah, he did that one. The only one he didn't do was Mirrors, and then the last one, Absent Light.
Yeah, dude, I like that last one too.
Yeah, me too. That one actually grew on me like this past year. I was listening to it a bunch on tour, and I never really had gotten into it before.
Which one is that?
Absent Light. That's the one you like.
Yeah, the first like 2 tracks are like the heaviest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So that big ass breakdown at the end of the first song.
Yeah.
It's like Herren.
Hell yeah, dude. That's exactly what it's like. Dude, hell yeah, man. You're cool and hard right now, dude. But yeah, that band fucking rules. But I agree. I definitely prefer their like Carl era shit more than the first record.
Dude,
yeah.
Did I? Oh my god! I don't think I ever told you this story, but now I don't know if I didn't know you were a Misery Signals fan, but dude, one time on tour, this was John Tapor's first tour ever, right? This was with Death and Obituary.
Oh, Obituary, yeah.
That was John's first tour, right? He was 21 years old. Doesn't know anything about death metal. He's just like a huge metalcore kid. And like one of his like favorite metalcore bands is Misery Signals, right? So like we're playing in Regina, Saskatchewan, and we're playing at this like it's like a high school. Like a lot of the venues in Canada, I don't know if you guys had this experience, but like we end up playing in a lot of like gymnasium looking areas.
Really? Yeah, no, I didn't see a lot of any. Most of them were small venues we played usually.
Dude. I mean, but like we end up playing at like universities all the time on smaller and bigger tours. It's weird. But anyway, so like we played this show with Death and Obituary, and connected to it was like this, like, I guess, little social area for the students and whoever. But it was like a bar, and behind the bar working is Carl, the singer of Misery Signals, because he's from there, right? Yeah. And like I saw him like. And I was like, that guy looks like the singer of Misery Signals. I was like, yeah, he's from here, I think. I wonder if that's him. And like John, of course, like not knowing that like you shouldn't like just do this to people, he just goes up and goes, "Excuse me, are you the singer from Misery Signals?" And like he was like, "Yeah, I am. What's up, dude?" And like then John like, gushed to him about what a huge fan he was and stuff. And then John asks to see his driver's license because he doesn't believe that he's actually Carl from Misery.
After he came up to him and asked him.
Yeah.
Was it good?
What happened with that? Did he see his license?
I'm pretty sure he showed him the license and like laughed about it or whatever.
Wow.
But dude, that was one of my favorite John Tapor moments. It's like if you just saw how he looked back then, he was like way like he was just like had no facial hair. He was just like kind of like fatter than he is, and like wearing like he was wearing like jeans that were too tight and a shirt that was too small. Like it was like pretty urgent, right? And like just like seeing him like punish that dude, I was like, damn, this guy's he's in this band.
Yeah, he is. That's sick, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, Misery Signals is sick.
Yeah, they are very dope. Hell yeah.
What do we talk about? Do we have a plan here? Or are we just bullshitting?
Yeah, we just bullshit, man.
Pretty much it.
That's pretty much our whole show, yeah.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm definitely too high to stay on one subject right now, so.
It's fine. Good. Keep it bouncing around.
Everywhere, yeah.
Damn, so like what's like sick there? What's sick in Chicago, man?
Jason's very sick in Chicago.
Sick. I was literally sick this whole past week. I was out of work for half the week and it sucked. Yeah, it was really bad, but I'm feeling good today.
Sound better.
Oh yeah, I feel way better. Like my throat doesn't hurt at all, and I'm not coughing up blood. And yeah.
Wow, is that bad?
No, it wasn't like that bad. Kind of.
Did you take those edibles?
No, I never did. I took an edible one day. The day I was talking to you, I took an edible. Because you were just like, yeah, you should do it. And I was like, you know what? Dude. But I just slept. Like, it just made me fall asleep. And then yeah, I slept most of that whole day. So I wasted it. And then I woke up mad because I was like, fuck, I took that edible when I didn't even use it. And it felt like I cheated myself, dude.
Dude, waking up mad is so funny, but it happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
You're just mad when you first wake up.
Pissed, yeah, dude.
Dude, it happens to me all the time. I'll just wake up at 6 a.m. sometimes, just fucking steaming, and I just can't.
That's
so I just go downstairs and I listen to Bitches Brew in 360 with my noise.
Sick, dude. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Fuck yeah. Dude, I really want to listen to more of that band Loathe. Are they a new band? A newer band?
No, they I think they've been around since 2013 or 14.
Okay.
But so I guess they're kind of newer. But they have I think they have at least another record. But from what I heard of that record, it was more metal-y stuff.
Okay.
Still kind of like it is now, but a little more on the metal side of things.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, dude, I'm interested to see.
They have a new record coming out, I'm guessing.
I think so. There's I think there's 2 singles on Spotify right now.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them are really sick. But that one was. That one song was really sick. The kind of interlude thing where there were the words flashing on the screen. I was a little, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But I think that the song is really sick.
Yeah.
Cool
fuck yeah.
song.
So you're you're going to Europe again?
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
How long are you going to Europe for?
Fuck, dude, so long, man.
Really?
It's
Is it a long tour?
It's the longest European tour we've ever done. We're going to Spain and to Scandinavia, which is normal European tours just do Germany, France, Italy, and then the UK, but Spain is Really far out of the way.
Yeah.
And same with Scandinavia because you have to take a 8-hour ferry or some shit.
Oh hell yeah!
So we're doing the whole thing this time. So it's it's over 4 weeks. It's 4.5.
Shit.
Yeah. So it's this is going to be the last one of the album cycle.
Okay.
For us, it's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. How we started and ended this album cycle with Die Artist Murder.
Yeah, it is weird, right?
Yeah, it's so strange to me that they're the band that it seems between them and Revocation are the 2 bands we'll have toured with the most.
Yeah.
And Beyond Creation too.
Okay, that makes sense.
But dude, yeah,
this is their headliner, right?
Die Art?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I guess this is their European album release tour. I guess they haven't toured in Europe yet on the current record they're on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're I think from what I understand, they're a very big band in Europe.
Oh, I believe it.
Most of the rooms that we're playing in are from what I remember, they're 800 to 1200 cap, some 2000 cap. They're big rooms.
Oh, wow. Yeah, damn.
So I think it'll be a good tour.
Yeah.
I think it'll be because it's so long, and because we're actually hitting a few places for the first time. I think it'll be a good one. But yeah, dude, I think that's.
You've toured with most of those bands on that bill before, right?
Oh, the only band that we don't know is that I Am band,
and they're opening, right?
Yeah, but they're apparently really cool guys. Defonce is really good with those guys, and he's never said anything but super cool stuff about them. So
I know he likes them a lot.
Yeah, they seem like good old boys. So we'll probably get along.
Dude, I should try to get Defonce on this show, man. That'd be a good idea.
That would be so.
Yeah. That would be actually. He's probably got stories for days.
That would be, dude. That would be so easy. Yeah, you should absolutely do that, dude. Get him to talk about Dr. Acula, man, because he used to book that.
Really?
Hell yeah, he did, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Dude, they released a new song recently, and it was like terrible. It was like it was like the worst sounding production I've ever heard in my life.
Oh hell yeah!
I think. I can't remember.
I haven't heard. That's funny though.
I can't remember if it was them or like some other band from that era that like just released a new song.
Dude, do you ever think it's weird? Because I think this is weird sometimes. Where I'm like, oh yeah, Rivers did a tour with Devil Driver.
You know what's fucking fun, dude? You know what's funny about that is that on this next tour that we're doing.
Oh yeah, Carnifex now has one of those dudes, right? Or he's filling in.
Yeah, Carnifex is having the guitar player from Devil Driver fill in for them on this tour, so we're gonna be hanging with them. I don't actually know that guy. We toured with them during like the old lineup, I guess, when like John Berkland, the guy who's the drummer in Bad Wolves now, when he was still in the band.
Okay, yeah. They're
but
huge.
yeah, that is dude. That band just exploded, But yeah, anyway, like, we toured with Devil Driver. So yeah, I guess that is weird. That was weird.
Isn't that weird? Like,
how long ago was that?
It was a while ago.
Okay.
It was 2013 or some shit.
Okay. It was 14. It was 2014.
Okay.
That was one of John Coons' last tours, and
Ron was not in the band anymore.
No. Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy for me to think about, because like when I think about like Ron, I'm like, oh yeah, he's like the first drummer that comes to mind for Rivers, because like I feel like he did the most stuff with the band. But like Jared, dude, is just like completely just like, I mean, with the amount of shows that we played since he's joined the band, he's done like so much more stuff with the band than like any other drummer has.
Yeah, he's got to be the longest. I mean, at least like as far as the touring career has been the longest.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the band for like less time than I think I guess next to Ron, he's like the longest standing drummer we've had, because Alan and Dylan were both very quick in and out. When I think about it, it was like a year and a half on each dude. But yeah, it's kind of weird to think about how much stuff Jared has done with us since he joined in 2017.
Damn.
But yeah, but dude, Devil Driver, very, very weird tour, but it was
yeah, definitely.
That was a good tour for us though, because like I feel like that was because before that we did that Broken Hope tour that kind of fell apart.
Yeah, we opened that show.
I know, and like that was when Rick was still in the band. Or Rich.
Oh,
Rich was still in the
band. Yeah, it was when Rich was still in the band.
When he was still in the band, I remember that. And Paul.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that Broken Hope tour was the last tour that we had done, and like it kind of left a bad taste in our mouth because the tour got called short. Yeah. So like we got to do that Whitechapel Devil Driver tour after that, which was actually like very good experience. Like we became friends with the Revocation dudes on that tour and stuff.
Oh yeah. I forgot there was a lot of bands on that tour.
Dude, it was Fit for an Autopsy opening.
Yeah.
Like for us, which obviously should never have happened, but like it happened for. But so it's Fit for an Autopsy, us, Revocation, Carnifex, Whitechapel, and Devil Driver.
That's a lot of bands.
Shit, that's a lot of bands.
Yeah, it was like a mini Summer Slaughter, dude. But like that was very cool because like it was, I don't know, I guess it was like the first tour that we like first big tour that we were on where we like actually made friends with anybody. We weren't just like the shitheads that like got in everybody's way. So it was that was a good tour though. I look back on that tour fondly.
Yeah,
I would say.
I remember the shows. I think it was at Mojo's here.
Okay,
but it was packed. I mean, it was a shitload. Whitechapel just dropped that record too. That whatever record they were touring on at the time. I remember it was like new then.
Who?
Whitechapel. That one Whitechapel record that came out.
Oh, is it called Our Endless War?
Yeah. I think so.
It's the one with the Saw is the Law on it, right?
Yes, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I actually kind of like their new album. Have you heard it?
Yeah, dude. I think that band is sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they, dude, that one song, it's just like straight up like Cannibal Corpse, like monster truck riff. Like, you know what song I'm talking about? I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
When I heard, dude, that's like, shit like that still like gets me all the time. Like whenever I feel like I'm like getting far away from like the source of like what it is that I love about like death metal, like I hear some like stupid shit like that and I'm just like, yeah. Just like a slow dumbass riff. Like I still love that shit, dude.
Hell yeah, man. It's definitely a good thing. You should like those riffs. I like those riffs sometimes. But yeah,
dude. Just it's just like the Scourge of Iron song from Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, that's a good white trash slammer. Yeah, definitely a good trailer park banger.
Dude, you know what? My favorite fucking like sickest riff ever is?
What?
It's the song by Torso Fuck, Raped by Elephants.
Okay.
That fucking song. Like, whenever... Dude, that song might be my biggest influence.
Torso. Hell yeah. Well, yeah. Dude, hell yeah, dude.
I remember Ron Nelson, like, just, like, blasting that through our old, our shitty Dodge van. Blasting it through like the blown out speakers on that, it just sounded like it was just like it was like, dude, listen how fucking heavy this is.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was the shit, man. You know what was interesting though when you said about Anthony Fantano and your taste with hip hop, you like it kind of melds with you. I definitely agree because usually whenever he says something is good, I listen to it and then I'm like, oh yeah, this is like the shit. Like,
dude, yeah,
he loves Brockhampton. Like he always gives this shit good reviews.
Dude, like whenever I'm like feeling like I don't know what kind of, you know, what I should be listening to, or if I'm out of ideas for what to look for, like I'll just like look up his, you know, Anthony Fantano like list of 10s, you know, and stuff. Yeah. Like I found that project Kids See Ghosts, that Kanye Kid Cudi
project. Yeah.
And gave that a 10, and I was like, what? I was like, I don't like particularly love either one of these dudes on their own, so like I don't know that I'll like this, but like I like love that record, and I think
it's a cool record.
Biggs got into it too, and he loves it. I think that's a great record. But yeah, he like Fantano, like I don't know. I mean, like I'm usually on board with like all of his like non-metal stuff, and even a lot of his like metal stuff I'm down with. Yeah. Like I mean, he just definitely, you could tell he like definitely likes the more like abrasive, like natural kind of punk rocky death metal or punk rocky metal, I guess. Like he slammed Fallujah, he slammed us, like like he just like he does not like anything that has like any like real semblance of like modern production, I guess, which like, you know,
the only record I remember him talking about that he liked was the last Cattle Decapitation record. He said he loved it.
Yeah, he gave the one before that an even higher rating. He gave he gave that last Cattle record like an 8 or a 9.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. He like loved it. Yeah.
That's a pretty polished sounding album too.
Dude, yeah, I mean it's Dave Attero, and he's the guy that does like Archspire, you know what I mean? So like he's got that that hyper like tech thing on lock. So that was definitely an interesting one. But yeah, generally like with his calls on like hip hop stuff, I'm like usually on board with him. Like there's still like a couple of bands that like he's recommended that like I'm still like half on board with, like Death Grips. Like I have to be in like a very specific mood to listen to that band.
Have you ever heard of this band 100 Gex? They're like it's like a 2-piece, and they're from here. They're from Chicago, but it's like electronic pop music, but it's like insanely intense, and like He gave they actually toured with Brockhampton this year, which is how I heard of them. And he did a review on their record, and it was like he gave it like a really good one, like a really high review. And I remember listening to it, and I was just like, I don't think I fucking understand this. Like, I want to like it, but it's just like it was just very like abrasive, and I was like, what is going on here? And like, yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, he's like some of his stuff that he recommends. Like, I know it's just gonna take time. Like, I don't know, like that Daughters band.
Okay.
Like I listened to their record, that new record, a bunch of times. And I was aware of them like before, like from way back.
Bill, you're a big Daughters guy.
First 3 albums, some of my favorites. This last one, not my favorite. I like it, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. But that was one that dude like gave it the perfect score or whatever.
Fantano?
Yeah, right.
He might have. I didn't see.
Oh yeah, no, that got a 10. Yeah, for sure.
Oh damn. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, it's just like I love what's going on. Like, I don't know. I guess like the best way I can describe it is that it's just like it's actually doing what it's intended to do, and it's just too claustrophobic for me sometimes. Yeah. Like it's just like. It just, dude, when I listen to that record, it's just like, it's like fucking panic for like 40 minutes.
Makes you know what I
mean? Dude, like, I just like, I was listening to that driving home from Baltimore one time, and like, it was like dark out, and it was like, it was raining, and I was having kind of a hard time seeing, and I had to just turn it off because it was just like.
Too much, yeah.
It was stressing me out, but like, that's what their thing is.
Yeah, I gotta check that record out. I've only heard like one of their older records before. I never really got too into them. I always like every time I've heard them in passing, though, I'm always like, yeah, this sounds sick. Like this sounds like I would be into it. And yeah. But man, I mean, I feel like every single show I go to in Chicago now, I see some motherfucker with that like album cover shirt on of the new record.
It makes me regret not buying a Daughter shirt before all that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, fuck, I'd like to rep this band, but I don't want to do it now. Because you don't like you said, every show you go to, it's like,
yeah, they're huge now. Even at my job, like people fucking love Daughters.
And I do like that album art. I think it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it is cool.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. What else have you been on recently, music wise?
Man, I've been really into. I'm looking on my phone because
That's fair.
Yeah. Make sure. Yeah, I mean the Mac Miller, the Loathe. I've been listening to that Team Sleep band again quite a bit. It's Chino from Deftones and Zach, the drummer of Death Grips. It's like a project that they had together.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just like it's kind of similar to like what Loathe does, where it takes like that super melodic part of Deftones and it's just a whole band about that. Been doing that. I've been doing. I was on like a huge David Bowie kick for a couple of days. I was listening to Heroes, Low, and Outside. That's the record that he did that's the record that he did and then toured with 9 Inch Nails on. So it's like it has this like cool 9 Inch Nails kind of sound on it. Been doing Bowie. Been listening to that Joker soundtrack a whole bunch. And what's that guy's name? Steven Halshilt. He's that like synthy guy that I sent you the other day.
Okay. Yeah. That was really cool shit.
Yeah, just like I don't know. I've just been like listening to so much more music since getting those headphones. Like because I can just like, dude, I could just like they're Bluetooth and like noise canceling. So like I just put them on and I just do shit around the house that like I wouldn't normally want to do, like clean shit up and like, you know, fucking move this or that needs to be moved. Like, I don't know. And like, I just listen to music the whole time. Like if my girlfriend's not here, dude, I'll like put my fucking headphones on and just like wear them all fucking day.
Damn, that's like, crazy. When did you get them?
My parents actually got them for me for Christmas.
Oh, shit.
They're these, forget what the model number is, but they're like Sony. It's like a Sony WH-1000s or something.
Yeah,
but they're like I like researched headphones, like Bluetooth noise canceling headphones for a while, and like those are the ones that just beat Bose out every time. Like they're just like they're like it for headphones right now. And my parents got them for me for Christmas, and dude, I've just been like all the time. They're on all the time.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. I've just been like listening to a lot of stuff. I've been listening to that Doom soundtrack again a lot. Dude, I just love like how that record was made. Like he or the soundtrack was made. Like he like all the sounds that you hear on that record, like were not taken from like a sample library. Like he sent a sine wave, which is like a pure audio signal, through like a series of distortions and compressors and like guitar pedals, and then he would like chop them up in his program to like make all those like horrible sounds. Like every sound you hear on that, like he generated it like using this like weird system of like sending a sine wave through a series of distortion boxes, and like that's how the whole thing was created. And I just think that's so sick.
It is pretty impressive. There's a video on YouTube of the guy explaining like how he does it all, and it's crazy. Like he just has this. It looks like a piece of like 1970s NASA spacecraft, like in this room, and he's just got all these cables plugging into all this shit,
like
and
modular synthesizer.
It's so
type
cool.
shit.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Dude,
okay.
He has speaking earlier of like Soviet Union shit.
Yeah.
Dude, he has the one of the main synthesizers that he used on the soundtrack was this like literal Soviet like keyboard. And it was like, yeah, so like he has pictures of it on his Instagram, and it fucking looks like that heater, dude. Like it's like, dude, like it has like knobs that look like that.
Hell yeah.
And like it sounds like horrific. But anyway, yeah, like
was that the dude that did that video with Matt Halpern?
Yeah.
Okay, that dude.
Yeah, the live video at the there's like a video game awards or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
It was like. Was it E3 or something?
Yeah, he's
like
playing like an 8-string or some shit.
9-string.
Oh, a 9-string.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, whatever. 9-string.
Yeah. All right. Well,
there it is.
Fuck yeah.
But,
as Eric Rutan would say, fuck yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
Man. Do you ever talk to him anymore?
Eric?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him since me and Biggs went to see them with Cannibal Corpse.
Okay, before he was playing with them.
Well, it was when Hate Eternal was touring with Cannibal.
Okay, yeah. That one on the new record, or on the newest record.
Yeah, and like we actually, oddly enough, like we saw them like maybe 7 or 8 days before that Pat shit happened.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, like in hindsight. But yeah, like we saw him there. He came out after the show and hung out with us for a little bit, and he was like super sick and friendly, like he always is. But yeah, I haven't really talked to him since he started playing with Cannibal. I don't know if he's going to be like a full time, like. I mean, how is Pat going to come back from that? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. I'm thinking the same thing.
What happened exactly?
Pat like had that freak out at his home, and like, didn't he light his own house on fire or some shit? Or his house?
He apparently like, I'm probably getting this wrong, but he like, his house was on fire, and there was like live ammunition, and it was like shooting out of the windows.
Okay, I do.
And then like, and apparently he like charged a cop with a knife. Like it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he's gonna come back from that. No. And like the only dude that would like make more sense to play in Cannibal than Eric Rutan would be Jack Owen, and like Jack Owen's not going to join Cannibal again.
No. So like, what's that dude doing now? Anything?
I don't know. He's liking a lot of stuff on Twitter because we follow him.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not in Deicide, right? Anymore?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. Yo, dude. that Deicide, that last Deicide album is so sick.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck. It's so good.
I always, dude, like, we had this standing joke on one tour, like, about, like, Sealing the Tomb.
Good song. Yeah.
Like, dude, like, anytime, like, we'd be about to go on stage.
Dude, that is like a Pabst Blue Ribbon trailer park, like, theme, dude.
Dude.
Yeah, that's totally, like...
No, that song is insane.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, that song is sick, dude.
Like, if I were a sound guy... if I were a sound guy, you know how sound guys check systems with like their songs before the show starts?
Yeah.
Like I would check with that song.
Every time?
Every time at full volume.
Yeah, dude, that's sick.
I would just blow every PA out playing Seal the Tune Below. And then the show would get canceled.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah, man. That's sick. That's sick. You wouldn't go to like Deftones. You'd be like, nah, we're doing this song. It's just like this white trash beer song.
Dude, everybody checks with Digital Bath. Every sound guy's like,
dude, I hear Digital Bath all the time. Yeah, either Digital Bath
I did Passenger all the time.
I heard Cherry Waves a lot on the last tour we did. That tour we did with Alter Beast.
I'd rather hear Cherry Waves than Digital Bath. Like, I used to love that song, and now I hate that song.
Really? I do still like Digital Bath, but like that is one of my favorite Deftones songs, Digital Bath.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that shit is good. But I do like Cherry Waves a lot, too. That's a really good record.
That record, Saturday Night Wrist, is like, it's probably one of my top 2 favorite Deftones records, I would say. Like,
damn.
Dude, like that weird instrumental song, the like up, down, left, right thing.
Yeah.
Dude, what a sick song. Like it's just like a post-rock song, just like on a Deftones record.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to what's important. I would absolutely not play Deftones if I were a sound guy. It would always be Glenn Benton fucking screaming his head off.
Yeah, dude, he rules. Did you guys ever have any interactions with that band? I know Black Crown toured with them.
No, but I've heard some good ones.
Yeah.
So like I don't really know like what I should and shouldn't say, but we've never had any experiences with them. No.
Okay. All right.
But I heard they're real fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, no, great record. Honestly, like I think Fantano should have reviewed that one.
Yeah, I agree. He should have, man. I don't need to hear like another Blood Incantation interview, you know,
dude,
review or whatever the fuck.
No, dude, that's like all these ex-hardcore kids that like magically like Morbid Angel now.
Yeah.
They're all like getting their like vinyls of like the shittiest sounding like Deicide records, and they're like, this is excellent. Dude, I'm like so beyond that. Like, give me Seal the Tune Below. Like, that's what I want to hear.
Same, dude. I want to hear new shit. Like,
dude, I listened to Deicide when I was 14 and I got made fun of for it, right? So, like, obviously I'm going to listen to them now, but like the adult version, Jesus.
Right? Like, come on. You have to be in the present with them. They're artists, dude.
Dude, let me tell you, though, how much that shit drives me nuts. Like, all these kids that, like, I went to fucking high school with that, like, made fun of me for like liking Slayer and Sepultura and all that shit because they were like wearing like their fucking Blink-182 shirts, like Brody Slayer. Like those are the kids that now think I'm a poser because like my band uses Kemper profiling amps or whatever.
Oh man.
Just like the
Kemper.
I hear you. There's definitely a lot of that, but you know, like. I don't know. That's kind of where I draw the line with death metal too. Is like I'm not really big into like the caveman sound. Like I could fuck with.
What is that? What is a caveman sound? I don't know what that is.
I guess it's like the slow, sludgy riff.
We just talked
shit.
about this last week. It's Eric Rutan riffs. They're just like these heavy, like just. You know, not abrasive, but just like.
So they're like, are they like the elephant marching riffs?
Yeah.
Like that's what Ron called them.
Yeah.
Like Scourge of Iron, like I was just talking about.
Definitely. That's like a caveman riff.
There's just
I think it's a good thing. I don't use it as a negative thing. I think it's a good thing for like heavy bands, like having those caveman riffs.
Yeah, it's fine.
They're the shit. I love them.
Dude, there's this band from Chicago that we're really good friends with called Thieves, and they're like the sickest dudes. They're really cool. They're like a hardcore band.
The shit.
And
I love them.
They've been around forever. Like they're older than me, and they're older than me and you. And they're just like sick ass dudes, and like. All of a sudden, one day I was hanging out with them, and they kept saying like, "Yo, you gonna go?" Like they kept saying to each other like, "You gonna go sluggo mode?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I knew it was like a thing for them, but I was just like, "Man, what does that one mean?" And like, you know what I mean? Like in my own head. So finally, one day, like I try to message their drummer, who's a good friend of mine, and I was just like, I was like, Adam, like, what the fuck is like sluggo mode? And then he just said, "This is sluggo mode," and he sent me a new song from his other band, Bovice.
Oh hell yeah! That makes sense.
I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Like, but it doesn't really answer my question.
No, it does.
So then I asked, Vincent hit me up, and then I asked him, I was like, yo, what is sluggo mode? He's like, oh, sluggo mode is like what I just call.
Sends you the same song.
No, he was just like, it's like when you go on full death metal mode, it's just like your life is like a caveman riff. And I'm like, dude, that's sick. Sluggo mode. And like, I told him I was sick this past week, and he's like, oh, I hope you're back to sluggo mode soon.
Right,
and I was like, thanks, man.
Dude, I love dudes like that are just like all in on fucking heavy death metal, like at all times. Like I'm 100% down with that. Dude, I mean, we were calling those fat guy riffs for a long time.
Yeah, that's
just
what
like,
we still call them. Me and Max call them fat guy riffs.
I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah, because it's fat guy shit, dude.
Dude, absolutely. It's just like it's fucking Denny's, dude.
Yeah,
like, it's
dude,
just like
Max was driving me home from band practice yesterday, and he's on yet another big crowbar kick. And
does that ever end? I thought he's always kind of like
it's never ended.
Okay, that's what
for
I thought.
Him. Like, he loves that band, but like every time Kirk Winstein like sings something, he just sounds like such a sick fat dude. Like all of his lyrics are always just like how you should be a better man and shit. It's really like it's really sick, like motivational shit. If you're like an alcoholic, probably, you know what I mean? Like
that's what they play at AA.
He says he always talks like his songs are called about like moving mountains and shit.
Why not?
Yeah.
But he always talks about how, oh man, there's one lyric he had where it was like, you walked the long, dirty road, now keep it clean. And I'm like, damn, dude, fuck yeah, I'll keep it clean. Like, what?
Dude, that's like not dragging boots into your like wife's house. You know what I'm saying? Your like ex-wife's house.
Yeah, that's exactly what that's like. But it's
dude, that's sick.
Yeah, it is sick. Yeah, it's cool because it's like,
well,
at least I know one dude that like is all about this band.
Be nice at a show. It's like, all right, this next song goes out to that one room you're not supposed to wear shoes in.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
and just go in there.
Hell yeah.
I like that. That's funny. I never thought about it that way.
And on the album, I believe it's Sonic Ecstasy in its purest form. There's a promotional picture for that album cover of the band, and Sammy from Goat Whore was in the band at the time, and that dude looks like a human rat. And like at the time, like in this picture, it's all of these fat dudes with their all the band members, and they all have their shirts off, and they're all like New Jersey fat dudes. So like they all just look like they were exes from this like Sopranos or something.
Like,
and you see Sammy from Goat Whore, he's got like a shaved head and like that really long meth beard and like this like pentagram goat tattoo.
Sure,
and he's just like standing there with all these fat guys, and it's like, wow, this is like such a sick fucking picture, dude. It's like, who asked for that?
That's what we need in this room. Is
dude,
that picture?
dude, a printout of that
if we
would
can
be
get a print
so
of that,
sick.
Fuck.
No, that's absolutely. It needs to be right where that gray like blanket is, just right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In every episode, dude. I don't really know much about Crowbar, but I do know that there are some very sick riffs that Kirk guy wrote in Down.
Oh yeah,
like, dude,
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, that song, "Bury Me in Smoke."
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
like, how sick is that?
I know you.
That's what I wanted to say that on my headstone, dude.
Yeah,
that's my epitaph. Like if King Crimson rewrote epitaph about me, it would say "Bury Me in Smoke" instead of "Confusion."
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Dude, did I tell you I got to see King Crimson earlier last year? Yeah, dude. And they played that song. It was so sick, dude. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they are such a killer live band.
Dude, how fucking crazy did Robert Fripp look, though?
Insane. But I was so far away I couldn't even like see his like old little ass, but like he was just sitting on a stool by a bunch of machines and shit, like being like an English.
A bunch of those fucking heaters.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, shit like that. And I was just like, oh, and he was wearing, like they dress nice for their performances. And here I am in like a Belphegor shirt trying to hit my vape pen in this the beautiful Chicago Auditorium Theater. I'm running around the whole place looking for places where nobody's around so I could get high as fuck.
Somebody's got to bring the class down just a little bit.
Me and Franco were in like the highest seats that he was like, oh yeah, we got free seats. He's like, they're good. They're balcony seats. And I was like, oh, maybe he means like at the front. And like, it was totally like the last
nosebleed.
Yeah. And I was just like
behind a fucking pillar.
Sick. And I was like, well, like if I'm going to enjoy this, like I might as well get like, I can't even really see them now. Yeah. And it was like, I hadn't gotten my eyes exam. I literally just got my eyes checked for the first time in 10 years a couple months ago. Because I'm like I'm an idiot. So like, I couldn't see anything with my broke ass glasses. And I was just like, all right, I guess I'll get fucked up. So I did, and it was a great time. But then, like, at the end, you got to go downstairs because they were one of those bands where they're like, no pictures and no videos. And I'm like, bitch, watch. I'm going to take a picture right. And I took, like, so many pictures that whole night. But
Picture Police didn't get you?
No, Picture Police did not get me. Nobody could see because we were all the way up. Yeah. You know, and that I was at one point.
How funny it'd be if like you just see this little flash in the distance and they stop everything and you're like, who the fuck was that?
Have you ever been in the Auditorium Theater?
No.
Dude, we were so far up. I realized I was like, I could just get high from my seat right now.
Yeah,
because nobody's fucking looking up here.
Like nobody gives a shit.
I just got like I got
people
ripped,
like doing like heroin back there and like everything else.
And I was just like, I got ripped and like there was this big elevator that went up through all the floors and like the bathrooms were on the 3rd floor. So I remember I was like waiting for the elevator and there was this whole crowd of just like King Crimson nerds on the elevator. And they were just talking about like, could you believe that performance of Epitaph was phenomenal? And I'm just sitting there just like, cause like some dude in the crowd was going like, woo, like during like their whole set. And it was like obvious and rude.
One in every crowd.
Somebody was like, I couldn't believe somebody did that during Epitaph. I couldn't believe it. And I was just so high and trying not to laugh like in their face the whole time. I was just like, dude. I thought that guy was sick. And this was funny. And it was insane. And I bought merch. I spent a shitload of money at that show.
Yeah, dude, those like big, like big headliners, dude. Like you'll pay a lot of money for merch. Like, dude, I remember my mom when I was like 15 took me to see Leonard Skinner.
Sick.
And like, dude, that was like 2005, and like, dude, I paid like $40 for a Leonard Skinner shirt.
Oh shit! Damn, that's sick.
Which I still have.
Can you fit in it still?
Kind of. It's just like got holes in it. It's shitty.
That'd be sick if you like wore that a lot on tour and you were like, "This is the first show I ever bought a shirt I ever bought at a show. Like this means a lot to me." And
make like a really long Facebook status about it.
Yeah, dude, you should do it. I'll do something like that. I have to make a really long Facebook status about Neil Peart tomorrow.
You committed. Narrower and narrower. You better do it sooner.
I know. I got it. I've
already seen like 100 of them. So
I know. Yeah,
man. Get up in there.
Dude, I've been like formulating this plan to like come, because like I haven't really posted on Facebook in like a long time, like kind of on purpose because I'm like writing and just trying to stay away from shit.
Sure.
But like I'm thinking about how funny it would be if like I came back and like all my posts were all of a sudden in all capital letters and they were just like Bible verses.
Oh yeah, that would be dope, dude. You should do
just like a stream of like 14 statuses a day.
Yeah. All Bible verses. Yeah, dude.
Every hour,
but like leave everything else normal, like leave like, in Rivers of Nile, like my like don't touch anything else, just like update all my statuses as like Bible verses in all caps.
You should, dude. People would think you like lost it. I think that's a good move.
Dude, it would probably make people think I was like actually insane, so that like when we release the next record they're like, is it a religious album? Like
Fuck yeah, man. Dude, I totally back that. I think that's a great way to return, people will think you're happy and healthy and like good to go.
Yeah, man, keep the mystery alive.
Yeah.
Dude, isn't Facebook so weird, like especially when like something major happens, like
it sucks.
Like everybody has to chime in.
Like you just like you get these like moments of inspiration, you're like, I really need to share this, and then like I always end up reading my shit from like last year and like the memories thing, and I'm just like, why did you fucking say that?
Yeah, I do that all the time. Every single time I'm like, I said so much shit I didn't need to say. Like
Oh, dude, like I see this status like that I wrote clearly after I got off of like a very sick tour. It was just like I've learned a lot this year, and learning not to be angry all the time and just leaving things be as they will was some shit like that.
Very fortunate.
Like I was clearly just like in a very good mood at the time, and like now I see that shit, I'm just like, shut up, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I mean, it's a nice thought, but like, come on, dude, like. But Facebook's like that, dude. It'll fucking get you.
Yeah, dude, it gets me all the time. I fall for that shit, and it's so I feel like such a fucking idiot. Like
dude, and like when shit like this happens, like, dude, like when Neil Peart dying, like in like it's like, oh, I have to say something. Like I know when like David Gilmour dies, I'm gonna be like, just abusing it, you know what I mean?
I'm about to do it, and you know what? It's like, well, at least I don't know. I cried that day for sure.
I believe that more with you as like a drummer that has huge inspiration from that.
Exactly.
You grew up on that stuff, you know? Yeah,
dude. Yeah, and it was like, so for me, it was.
And you always talk about it.
Yeah, you know,
I never not hear you talk about like Rush and stuff like that. Whereas like everybody I've seen on Facebook, I'm like never heard any of you ever talk about bring Rush. This up.
You know what I mean?
Like people I know well enough that I should have heard it at least once.
I mean, they're just like, I don't know. They're that band that like is one of the greatest rock bands of all time, and they're never acknowledged, you know, in any of that field. You know what I mean? It's always people are always going to Zeppelin, the Beatles, and like but it's like Rush should be in that same like breath for sure.
Why do you think that is? Like,
I just think weird. I think it's because they're like the nerdiest, dorkiest Virgin music ever. But it's like sick, dude. It's like sick.
But I mean, the level of musicianship is like as good, if not better, than some of the bigger ones.
I agree. I agree completely. I just feel like they always
But you're right. They always do kind of just come right behind a lot of those bands, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But so many people like know, you know, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, they're a very well-known band still.
But I think you're right about the nerdy nature of it.
Oh, yeah, super fucking...
a little
dude, they're definitely, like, nerd-tastic. Like, fucking... like, dude, the other night when I found out that he died, I was standing in an Annie Ann's Pretzels, and I was fucking explaining what 7-4 was to my girlfriend and her friend.
Yeah. That's
through Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, like,
little.
That was the best part. Is that like I told Caroline, I was like, oh yeah, Neil Peart died from Rush, and she's like, I don't know if I know their music or whatever. It's like, oh, you know, like, and she's just like, no. And then her friend, and then her friend shows up, and I was like, hey, did you hear about Neil Peart or Rush or whatever? And he was like, oh yeah, and like she was just like had no idea what either of them were talking about. But then I used their music to try to explain 7-4 and Annie Ann's. So
yeah, that's dope. Did you get anything at the Annie Ann's?
Fuck yeah, dude! I got a pretzel with marinara.
Your face after admitting that. Was it sick though?
Dude, it was excellent.
Yeah, like, dude, Annie Ann's is legit. I fucking cannot. Like, that's like...
I don't know if I've been past them like a million times. I don't know if I've ever
been to Annie Ann's, dude.
Dude,
no,
my God.
Like I said, in the mall, I've been past them a million times.
If I was just like...
I don't know.
If I just wanted to shamelessly be a fat piece of shit like I am, I would totally like Auntie Anne's and like Wetzel's Pretzels and shit. That's where I just can't control myself. Yeah. Like I'll drop $20 there.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It's not fair.
Treat yourself, man.
Like when Brody's like, yeah, I got a pretzel with marinara. It's just like, yeah, why did I just spend $20 on pretzels and now I'm gonna like
love yourself.
Diarrhea out of my own fucking head? Like,
dude,
what a story to tell,
dude. The almond ones and the cinnamon ones? Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
What am I not gonna get that? Like
I want to eat that in the middle of the day when I have things to do.
Yeah, dude, and it's not gonna make you like.
It's like putting the parking brake on your car when you eat that thing. You know, you leave it on and just drive along.
It's like, oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, dude, you know what I just realized is the sickest part of that story, besides me explaining 7-4 at a fucking Annie Ann's, is the fact that I I ate lunch at Olive Garden that day, and then I went to the mall and got an Annie Ann's pretzel with marinara.
Dude, that's
just living it up over there.
God damn, dude. What's your go-to at Olive Garden?
I think, honestly, I got it was like the endless pasta, breadsticks, and salad or something.
Okay. Fine dining.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's nicer than Italy there, like actual Italy. It's nicer at Olive Garden. So that's. I'm just kidding. It's just that like every time we play in Italy, like we go there expecting like just magnificent like Italian like cuisine, and like they always like give us like pizza with hot dog slices on it. Like
that's exactly how my experience was in Italy. Yeah, really? The food was like not great, and like we ended up going to some random restaurant that was.
It's Olive Garden.
Yeah, dude. I know Adrian's been to Italy, and Adrian's been to like bomb ass restaurants out there.
I think you have to really like seek them out. But if you're at a venue, chances are you're not going to eat something amazing.
Yeah.
We played at this place in Italy a couple of times now that like is like internationally known as the mosquito venue because like. So like the green room at this place is like a shed out back that has no heat and no air conditioning. They like lay out like a loaf of bread and like hot dogs in room temperature water for you, and then the doors are just open and windows are just open, so mosquitoes just fly in, and like the whole tour package got eaten alive by these humongous mosquitoes. And like I was talking to Nick from Vervum. And he was like, you guys are playing the mosquito venue today. And I was like, how the fuck did you know? And he's like, it's always like that there. So like you just play at this place, and you go to Italy thinking it's going to be this like really nice thing, and like you get eaten alive by mosquitoes, and like you get like a loaf of bread to eat.
Sick, dude.
It sounds stupid to like complain about it, but it's like
it's like
it's just funny. Like, I mean, the fact that you're in Italy and like that, like I think as Americans, we like fantasize about what a lot of these places are like actually like because of Hollywood. And when you actually go there and you're like, wow, like the first time I went to Paris, I was like, this is insane. What? Just like it's so crazy how like as Americans we build up these like images of what we think some places like, and then you go there and it's granted like we weren't going there looking for like the finest Italian cuisine. We were there to play a stupid death metal show. But like I don't know, it's just interesting. But Olive Garden, man, the lunch there that's like I love like Christmas, like the weeks immediately after Christmas, because like you get gift cards and stuff, and I get to hit like all my favorite spots, because like
so Olive Garden. Do you get an Olive Garden gift card for Christmas?
Dude, I got one I spent, and now I have a second one.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Oh, that's for a bunch of different restaurants too, it looks like.
Is that a lettuce entertain you?
Dude, I have another one.
Oh, fuck yeah, there you go. Dude, I gotta say, I am feeling the new logo too.
What's that?
I'm feeling the new. Well, I kind of miss the old Olive Garden logo when it was super rustic looking.
They still have those in Baltimore. That like the old logos. Like I still see them when I drive down there. It's pretty sick, honestly.
That's dope. Yeah, they look like straight out of Elder Scrolls or something. Like
fucking Morrowind.
Yeah, dude, and it's like a divine picture of grapes where it's like, whoa, dude, like this looks good. Olive Garden. It's like Macaroni Grill. Remember that spot? Did you ever have those out there?
No.
Macaroni Grill.
Yeah, Macaroni Grill. They were like a chain in the burbs and shit. It's like a similar concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very similar to Olive Garden.
Not around anymore?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. Maybe they're not, but I remember.
No, we never had those out here. We just have like, I don't know. We don't have like a lot of, like, do you guys have like Bojangles is like a southern thing?
No,
right?
but I know what Bojangles is, but yeah, we don't have that. No.
We have like one of those near here, kinda, and then like we have there's like a Waffle House that you have to drive like 40 minutes to get to.
Oh, okay.
But it's not, it's not like the good old South.
Yeah, no. No.
Waffle stop every exit.
Yeah, dude.
Waffle House
and shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm trying to think where we only played in Pittsburgh when we were in Pennsylvania, and we played at that place, the Smiling Moose. Have you guys ever been there?
Yeah, many times. Yeah. Is it way up the stairs?
Yeah. Lots of stairs. Yeah.
Pass.
Dude.
Every venue on that Canadian tour, dude, stairs.
That is
almost every. Yeah.
Did you play that place in Regina, Cloud 9?
Yeah. Upstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that Riley kid there?
I think so. I think he might have been the promoter of the show, but I don't remember.
He's like a younger kid with like shoulder length hair. He played in that band from there called like Sithra or something like that. But he's
I don't remember, but it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, those dudes are all super cool. Like we met them on that Death tour. Like I think they were opening the show,
you know
and we kind of just
maybe we did play Cloud 9. Yeah, we did play Cloud 9 in Regina. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that kid from that show.
Yeah, he's super sick. I think I don't think that band's a thing anymore, but I think he's doing some like cool like indie rock stuff now, which is pretty sick transition from like just being like a straight fucking death metal dude. But yeah, dude, Stairs, a Smiling Moose, dude, that place is crazy. Like the last time we played there, it was like senior week or some shit like that, and like all the streets were like just packed with like Pittsburgh University or whatever it is out there. Just all the students just like in the streets, just like you couldn't park anywhere, and we had to like load in and out of that venue with the stairs while people were like at the bar downstairs getting fucked up trying to go upstairs because they thought there was more beer up there. Like, dude, it was really, really shitty. I feel like that happens a lot though, dude. Like, have you guys had the experience where you like play at a venue and then like immediately after they have like a rave or some shit?
Oh yeah, disco loadout.
Dude, just like all the time, man. Like we play, like every time we play Club Red in Mesa, Arizona.
Okay.
Like when we used to play at the Skyway in like the smaller room in Skyway Theater in Minneapolis, I guess. Dude, just like one elevator and like a rave going on downstairs with like a full show going on upstairs. It, like, dude, like that's the shit that like makes tour so
miserable.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that shit does.
I think like 8 out of the 20 some shows I did in Europe, we had a disco loadout.
Oh yeah,
and like a couple of them they were like brutal about it. They were like, get the fuck out as soon as that last note hits. I'm like, oh, damn, holy shit, dude. I was like, we have a whole light relay. We had so much stuff. And it's just a nightmare. And then the DJ music blasting and we can't talk to each other. And that's a miserable experience for any band. We had that a few times on that Blackron tour. Like a couple venues were like that where it was just like, oh, here's an event and people are here. And this is like, you know.
Yeah.
It's just chaos.
Dude.
Yeah.
That place, Cloud 9, we met, me, Max, and Alex met one of the guitar players from Into Eternity. His name's like, I think it's Justin Bender. And he lives in Regina. Yeah, so like we like nerded the fuck out with him like for a minute. But he was like so cool about it and shit and like super nice about it. And we were like, yo, we're big Into Eternity fans and like, you know.
Yeah, dude, Into Eternity, man, that's a band that like I think Biggs got me into because like I was like a big power metal guy.
Oh yeah, that was it then.
And like when I heard that band, like it was like kind of during a period of time where like I was still kind of getting into like true death metal vocals, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like, dude, like all my favorite bands were like, you know, like bands that didn't have any screaming, like, and then I got it. And
Firewind,
dude, Firewind, fucking Metal Church,
hell yeah,
Stradivarius.
Damn, what happened, man? Like, you like good music,
dude. And
what was the turning point?
Dude, it was Children of Bodom actually that did me in.
Yeah,
dude, I had a 3XL because it's the only size that they had on like Rockabilia's magazine. It was a 3XL Follow the Reaper hoodie that I wore,
dude. That's killer.
I think it's still at my parents'. It's just this giant blue Reaper on the back of the hoodie, and then on the front it says "Children of Bodom."
Yeah, you should still be wearing that. You should still be wearing that fucking Leonard Skinner shirt, dude. I'm just gonna buy a Ted Nugent shirt and cut holes into it and pretend like I've had it for a long time.
Dude, you should absolutely do that.
Did you ever watch the, and not that I'm a big advocate of the Joe Rogan podcast, but did you ever see the episode with Ted Nugent on it?
I listened to most of it.
Yeah.
Dude, Ted Nugent is he is something else.
Yeah, he's insane, dude. He's fucking crazy.
The part where they talked about weed and like veganism because his son is a vegan or whatever, that was so like just tense.
Yeah. Oh, the whole weed conversation was so bad, and he was just saying shit like, he's like, well, I don't want you watching my kids and getting high. He's like, but I'll have my comedians get high, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is weird. Yeah. Like, well,
is he heartbroken that his kid is like vegan?
I don't.
Yeah, I got that vibe.
Yeah, it seemed to be that vibe.
Because he's Mr. Live on the Land, big hunter, and all that stuff. Yeah, so I imagine having a kid that's vegan.
And he knows a lot about that shit.
His kid be gay, right? That'd be vegan or something.
I don't know. He didn't mention
it's probably the same thing to him.
Right? It's on the same level as that, like old parent.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, he's also one of the protect our borders dudes, like, which is not. I feel like there's not a lot. Yeah, that's not a big celebrity thing though. Like, you don't see that a lot.
Not too many people.
Yeah,
take that stance.
Yeah. So.
Dude, have you ever seen that Ted Nugent album cover? That's like, it's like him with like a guitar that's like a Gatling gun, and it's like shooting bullets at the listener.
Yeah.
I forget what that album is, but that is like the sickest fucking album cover ever. Yeah. Besides that Deicide record that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, that's true. And he does it. You know what? He's really good at gassing himself up too. Like, he's always talking about how he's the shit. Sure. His band is the shit. His musicians are the best musicians around. Like, you can't get any better. And I'm just like, well, all right, I guess I believe that now. But like, it's cool. Like, part of me is kind of like, man, like, I'm a little jealous that this dude is so capable of like literally believing the shit that he's saying right now. But
power of positive thought, I guess.
You know, but I'm just like, man, that's kind of cool. He could do that, but at the same time, it's also like,
yeah. But from the outside perspective, you're like, this guy's batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah,
but he has accomplished a lot. That's what's fucked up about it, for sure.
Brody, I got something fucking sick to tell you. And I might have already told you this, and I apologize if I have. I've definitely said it on this podcast like 8 times already, but fucking, I don't give a shit, man. I'm high now. So I had like the sickest Christmas this year. I just got like really high and played like Battlefront 2 all day. And then I realized, I was like, wait a minute, like, I haven't seen the new Star Wars movie. And I was like, maybe I'll just go. But I'd never been to like a movie by myself. And Max was telling me how sick it is. He's like, dude, you have to go to a movie by yourself. He's like, it's the sickest shit in the world. You don't have to talk to anybody. You just get to enjoy the movie. No distractions. He's like, it's like so much fun. And I'm like, God damn, like, that sounds like a good idea. And like, none of my friends are really like, you like Star Wars, but you were going to go see it with some other people. Yeah. And I had asked you and you're like, oh, I'm trying to figure it out. And I saw it before you.
A day before. Yeah.
So like, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. There's this theater by the apartment that I moved to in the city. And it's just like this really small theater. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. So I go see this movie. It's so sick. And it's off of this road called Sheridan Road, which is right along Lake Michigan. So it's like the edge of, it's literally like the east, the furthest east you could go in Chicago. Like, and you're still in the city. So the theater,
it's a really cool drive too, because you can see the lake and the lights and everything.
Yeah, so it's like the entire really time you're driving, you see the lake and shit. So like, I got out of the movie and it was probably like 10, and I had a notification on Spotify from my phone that new Acacia Strain record dropped, and I was like, oh shit, like, and I had my pen on me, so I was like, you know what, like, I'm just gonna like hit this pen and give this record like a full listen. Like, let me listen to it front to back. And like, dude, I took this cruise down Sheridan Road. I was driving probably for almost like 2 hours. I was fucking high as shit, and I listened to the record probably like 4 times front to back.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And I was so like enamored by it. I was like, this is so fucking sick. And like, just the fact that like the lake, it was like dark out and the lake looked like black, like you couldn't see anything. And it was just like, I ended up driving to Wisconsin And I was
so sick.
Yeah, dude. I drove to Wisconsin and I was like, oh shit. I found out because I drove by one of these like weird wooden adult sex shacks, which are like adult books and DVDs and shit. I'm like, where the fuck? As soon
as you cross the border.
But I was still on Sheridan Road and I'm like, where the fuck am I? And then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh, I'm in Wisconsin now.
So wait, you how far was the actual movie theater from where you were originally?
Probably like an hour and a half.
Oh, it's that far. Okay.
Yeah, or like an hour and 15 minutes.
I thought you drove past the movie theater and like drove to Wisconsin instead because you were so high listening to the Acacia Strain.
I went to the movie theater. I saw the movie and shit. And then I just, after the movie, I was like, well, what am I going to do now? And then like, I saw that like Acacia Strain album came out. I was like, oh, I'm going to cruise and like check this out. And I just like, I listened to it like 4 times, dude.
Dude, I've had that happen to me like several times. Like, like not driving to Wisconsin, but like just like losing time completely because of that. Like, dude, like that one Mogwai album, like Hardcore Will Never Die But You Will.
Yeah,
I think it's called.
It's a good record,
dude. The first time I heard that record, that happened to me. And like, dude, honestly. Dude, that new Joker soundtrack is just like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I know you like it a lot.
Dude, it's just like I bought it on vinyl the other night, and like I put it on like when me and my girlfriend were making dinner, because I was like, oh, you'll really like this, because like I thought, it's like orchestral, like, but it's like when I was actually listening to it, like I was like, dude, this is such a bum out. Like this shit is so dark. Like we're making like shepherd's pie right now, and this is playing.
Yeah. Did you
like,
keep it on?
Yeah, I played the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
But like, dude, but like that's another record like that I just like. I would definitely drive to Wisconsin over. Yo, do you guys edit? Like, can I piss?
Yeah, you could go pee if you want.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I'm like dying. I'll be right back.
It's all good, man. Yeah, we could edit it. No big deal.
Or we could just keep talking.
Yeah.
So what's good? What's new? What's exciting with you?
Damn, that's a lot to ask. Especially when I'm like high. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now. I didn't eat anything.
Oh, really?
Today? Yeah, no.
I had a donut earlier. So
I got up when I was already up when you texted me this morning, because you were like, hey. But for our listeners, we're doing this pretty early. This is like, we started at like a little after 11 in the morning, our time, and Brody's time, they're an hour ahead. So it's well, now it's, I don't know what time it is, but they're an hour ahead of us, whatever it is.
It's 1 now, so it's 2 o'clock there.
So Ivan's coming on next week. Ivan and Aletta from The Derangement. So
that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
especially because we ran.
We ran into him on New
Year's. I think I mentioned I was doing a show. Something is waiting. And during the show, you, me, Max, and Steve were like, oh, let's go around the corner and grab some food.
Yeah.
And
I was the only one who ate.
Yeah, I had a drink. And unbeknownst to us, our buddy Ivan, who's going to be on the show next week, like walked in because he does like Uber Eats and stuff like that. And it's funny. I'll probably just save it for when we do the show. But it was a really funny encounter. And I'm glad we ran into him, because then now it kind of made the wheels roll. And we're like, oh, fuck, let's get Ivan back. Because he's been on the show before. I don't know what episode number it is, but it's one of the earlier ones, pre-video and stuff.
With Danny.
And it's a great episode just because him and Danny are really funny together.
And they were both crippled at the time.
Yes, they were both hobbled in their crutches. They were trying to get around, going up. Yeah. That was at your old place, too, so they had to go up a flight of stairs.
Isn't it sick? Brody, do you have any friends that like get drunk and hurt themselves badly?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those guys are like super sick. We're having one of our good friends who's gotten drunk a couple times and hurt himself badly is coming on the show next week, so I'm pretty excited for that.
Dude, that's sick.
Good stories. Yeah, he's hilarious, dude.
Dude, I think John Coons actually might have been that friend. Yeah, dude. Like one time we were. What's that?
Do you still see that dude at all?
Yeah, actually. I'll actually have to talk to you about this, like, not on the podcast. Me and him might be, like, making a patent together on this thing that we've been working on.
Sick.
It's like a piece of, like, music technology, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so, like, me and him do still see each other. I actually went to see Morbid Angel in Reading a couple weeks ago, and, like, he was there.
On that with Tane and shit.
Yeah, dude, the pre-sales were so bad that they made the show free, and even
wow.
Yeah, and even as a free show, there was maybe 120 people there in this giant room.
Damn.
But anyway, yeah, I still see John. He's like way more responsible now. Like he's like drinking like not at all. Maybe like if he is drinking, he's drinking very little. Like he's just like all about like.
Is he married now?
Yep, he's married. Him and that girl that he's married to, Alicia, they've known each other since like 6th grade.
Oh shit!
And he's always like liked her, but they were always just friends. And then like I guess 5 or 6 years ago or whatever, they just started dating and now they're married.
Sick. Yeah.
So he got married and I actually worked for him for a little while. But yeah, he used to do some good ones. One time he was so drunk when we were in where were we? Winnipeg. We were in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and he was so hammered that he slipped in the shower and like cracked his like face open on the porcelain. And everyone was like just fucked up, so like no one knew what to do. He was just like bleeding out of his face, and it was like February in Canada, so it was like -10 degrees. That was shitty. He still has a scar like on his face today from it.
Do you remember what tour that was on?
Yeah, that was on the Broken Hope tour.
Oh damn, okay.
Yeah, that was one of the last dates of that tour because we had to drive from fucking Vancouver to Calgary or some shit overnight through the Canadian Rockies in February, and like we were the only band that like made it to Calgary. Like Broken Hope didn't even make it because the weather was so bad, and they were on a bus. Yeah, so like. We ended up like just meeting some people like in Canada on that tour that like because like a bunch of the shows got canceled, so we just had to stay with people across Canada basically. and like yeah, so it's those do you know Ben from up there in have you guys played in Winnipeg?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe we played in Winnipeg. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, well, there's like a group of dudes up there. Casper, the guy who's in that New Minorian band, like he's like from there too. That's how we met him. So like we kind of became friends with all those guys up there. But yeah, that tour was insane. That's when we met Fallujah. They were on that tour for like 5 days, and then they dropped.
They bailed. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, Chasen was on that tour playing for Oceano. They were on that tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that was such a weird tour too.
Yeah,
honestly,
Kubla Khan was on that tour, right?
Yeah, Kubla Khan was on that tour. Fucking Broken Hope, us, Fallujah. Yeah, it was called
Is that the one we went to?
Yeah, Warforged played it. We played it. We opened it in Mojo's.
Okay, I remember being there because I remember.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah, okay, so you guys did.
That was the last show. That was the last show. Was at that? Was
yeah? I remember we saw like Sean Glass doing that pump up talk and shit, talking all the other bands on the tour, and it's like, all right. I
remember everybody looked pretty run down.
Yeah, I remember you guys were just so stoked that it was over.
Yeah,
and like
I felt so bad for a lot of people on that one.
Yeah, you guys didn't stay with me that tour because you just wanted to get the fuck home.
Yeah, that was really bad. Like, there was like a huge fight that broke out in Rivers, like when we were in Calgary, because like basically half of us wanted to just go the fuck home, and then the other half wanted to like do shows on the way home so that we didn't lose money, which is obviously the better decision.
Yeah.
But like it was kind of like split down the middle because like Alan was in the band at that time, and like he's not the kind of dude. That was actually his first tour with us. I don't know why he stayed in the band. But like, so like he was like, you know, not really used to just like, well, what do we do now? Like we do nothing because like he wasn't really used to that. So like, you know, he definitely wanted to go home. You know, some other dudes did, but that was a really weird tour for that reason. We like almost died or not almost died, but like we were in a very dangerous situation on the side of the Trans-Canadian Highway. Like we were between like fucking Calgary and God knows where. Like just like no, you couldn't see any lights. It was like literally like negative 15 degrees or some shit like that. There, like no cars were coming by, and like we thought it would be okay to just like pull off the side of the road because we were tired of driving and like turn our van off and get in our sleeping bags. And we woke up like, I don't know, a half hour later, and like I thought I was dying. Like it was so cold.
Yeah,
like
sure.
Dude, like ice had formed, like a quarter inch of ice had formed on our windows because of the steam from our mouths. So we had to like
on the inside of the van,
sides, and we had to like melt the dashboard with fucking like body spray, like because this is our old blue van, and like thank fucking God it turned on, because dude, if it hadn't, like we probably would have fucking froze to death there. It was like, and we told people the next day where we slept or tried to sleep there. They were like, oh yeah, people die like on that stretch of the Trans-Canadian Highway all the time because no one drives, after a certain time of night. People usually stay off of that road during the winter because it's so dangerous, but we didn't know that, and we just kept going. So like, dude, we didn't see like any cars like the whole time we were there. So like,
that's terrifying.
That is so scary.
Yeah, and then dude, we one time in Canada we ran off the road, and we went down an embankment because it was snowing, and our trailer like whipped around and like hit the back of our van. This was on a highway pretty similar to that other one, and like thank God these super helpful Canadians like stopped and like helped us, and like we had to unload all of our stuff out of the trailer and like push it back up. It was like pretty crazy. The funniest part of that story though is that Jake was so fucked up that
sleeping, right? He slept through the whole thing.
Well, no. So like we get into a car accident, right? And then we all get out like, oh my God. Jake gets out and pisses in the snow, and then gets back in the van and goes back to sleep. And then Biggs tears the door open, screaming at Jake, "Get the fuck up!" And like, and then Jake gets up, and he still doesn't have any idea what's going on. And he's just like, "All right, guys, it's always my fault. It's always Jake's fault."
Oh man, how mad were you?
I don't think I was mad because, like, I think I might have been a little drunk too, and I was just like dealing with the situation, I guess. I don't remember this happening, but like John tells me that as we were crashing, like down the embankment, like crashing, I calmly turned to everybody behind me and just said, "Hold on," and like, like that's like all I said, and then we crashed.
Whoa, okay. Well,
so like
here we go.
I guess that's like a word that I say a lot. Like Biggs like even posted a status about it a couple weeks ago. Dude, I guess I just say hold on a lot. Like when I'm when I'm editing stuff, Biggs will be like, "Oh, let's try this here." I'm like, "Oh, all right, okay, hold on." And like I guess hold on is like just like a tick for me, because like apparently when shit gets real too, it's the same thing. I just say hold on.
That's sick. Hold on. Well, hey, look where you're at now. So
yeah, dude, I'm hanging out with this fucking heater,
old ass heater. Yeah, but man, you guys came a long way from shit like that. I mean, fuck, I remember hanging out with you during shit like that. Yeah,
dude, you've known us since. What is that place called? Like the Dome or the Hoosier Dome or like the place that you first came with Adrian to see us at, where
Cobra
Adrian
Lounge.
like took. No, that wasn't the Cobra Lounge.
Oh, it was Ultra Lounge. It was that. It was called Ultra Lounge.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That's
where I met you, and like we were like I remember we were talking about like Atrium Audio or something like that, because like you heard the Synchronos music video,
and I was like, "Oh,
it
sounds really good." Like, where did you guys go? And that's where you told me that. Yeah.
I just remember like not really knowing who you were back then, and just like trying to be like really formal with you about like producers. And,
you were super cool. You were so nice to me. But I remember I really hit it off with Ron that night because Ron was talking to me about like Amon Amarth and Origin and Decrepit Birth, and Ron just told me like. I remember talking to him. I was like so into Fallujah at the time, and I was like, dude, Fallujah's sick, right? He's like, no, that band's gay. And I was just like, okay. And then he just started telling me about all these bands he thought were gay that I thought were like really sick.
Dude, that's how Ron is though. Like one time he came with us like after he quit the band. I think it was while Dylan was playing in the band. He came with us to a show that we played with Cognitive, and he just like talked shit on Cognitive to Rob's face all night. Whoa. He was like he was just like, I'm not in a band anymore. I don't have to fucking be well behaved for anybody. And he was just like, he's like, tell your stupid fucking drummer to play something besides triplets. Like it was just like super like, damn. Dude, Ron's relentless, dude. I have to like read you some of these texts that I've gotten from him in the last few days.
He rules. So, he still Snapchats me sometimes.
Dude, he's so sick.
Yeah.
He fucking texted me the other day, and he said he's getting okay. So first of all, he got a new truck, like a big sick pickup truck.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I'm doing the Ole Valley, like the area that he lives in is the Ole Valley. He's like getting the Ole Valley special this week. Pair of Flowmasters, and the truck's getting lifted 3 inches. And like I was like, that's sick. And then this morning he texted me. He texted me a screenshot of a Chevelle song he's listening to called Send the Pain, and he said, this is still sick. and then he texted me and said, dude, my truck sounds fucking bad in caps with these new Flowmasters. Jesus Christ.
He rules, man. Dude, fuck.
He's my favorite person that's ever been in the band, hands down.
I want to tour out there so bad, just so hopefully he would come out and I would be able to see him again. Like, I want nothing more.
Dude, he would come out if you played in the area. I mean, I would obviously be there, but he would definitely be there, like without question. He came to see us on the Where Owls Know My Name headliner when we played in Philly, and like. He showed up. He was like all dressed like an adult. He had like not sneaker shoes. He had like shoes on and like really nice pants and like a real nice like cardigan or some shit. Yeah. And like he's like, "How you doing, Brody?" Like, but like as the night went on, he got more drunk, and he was like with his friend. They were like both with their girlfriends, and they were like staying at some like fancy casino hotel in Philly. He was like, "Yeah, we got the Golden Lounge for the evening, so we figured why not, you know?" And like, but as the night went on, he got like more like garbage truck, and
hell yeah.
By the end of the night, he was just like, "Man, I can't fucking believe you guys didn't play Soil, man!" Like he was just like, "Dude, Jared's fucking kicks, man, so sick." He's like throwing PBRs. He's like, hey, give me another vodka seltzer. Like, dude, just like,
that's awesome.
I miss that guy.
Yeah, I miss that guy a ton, man. Ronnie,
going back, how did you know about Rivers? Like how did you find out? Man,
I first
this is a long time ago now.
Yeah, I first discovered you guys when I first discovered your band. It was when I found the version of Omni Savior, Birth of the Omni Savior from like the EP. And like, you remember there was that video on YouTube and it was like, the video was just the picture of your Sierra Nevada shirt that you did, that beer shirt. And I remember hearing that song and I was like, oh, this is actually like kind of sick. So I liked the band on Facebook. And the first time I talked to you guys, I like bought one of your old ass shirts with your old logo on it. And like, I said something dumb. I was just like, oh, I'm going to wear this on a date with this girl. And you guys were like, good luck. And like totally didn't give a fuck. And I was like 20 or 19 or some shit.
That sounds like something Biggs would say.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know. It was really dumb. And then like, I met you guys because then the Synchronos video came out and I was just like, oh, me and Adrian saw it and we were just like, fuck, this song and this video are like awesome. Like this band is the shit. So we saw you guys were coming on tour with Kamikabe and I think it was with Kamikabe and
yes, it was.
Yeah, and Cataplexy from Chicago was playing the show, and it was at Ultra Lounge, so that was still a venue at the time.
Yeah, and that's a while ago now.
I remember Adrian hit you guys up he offered to do promo pictures for you guys.
Yeah.
And he reached out and he was just like, hey, and then I met up with them at the show and I just hung out with them and met you guys there. And then every time you guys came through from then, we just kept hanging out. We really hit it off at one time. I remember I wasn't 21 yet. I was 20 and you guys were playing. It was that tour with Wretched and
the one at the Cobra Lounge where I shoved the singer of Born of Osiris.
Yeah, you were deliberately making fun of that band while they were all up in the green room with all the other bands.
Yeah, they used to.
And Brody you were singing that solo from that one song that you were just yelling it at him but it was you were drunk yelling it, so you're just
dude, that was the point at which I was completely unleashed as a maniac on that tour.
Yeah, dude.
That was
we hit it off. That's when me and you hit it off, was at that show. I was just oh hell yeah, this dude rules.
There's still pictures from that night.
I remember, yeah. And
I think I posted them maybe last year sometime, but my face. I think that's when I was clean shaven.
Yeah, so, you had less of a beard for sure.
I was just all sweaty and red, and my eyes were just super bloodshot, and I was just in the picture.
Yeah, dude. And I remember I wasn't 21 at the time, and Cobra's a 21 and up venue. Right, so I remember you guys you were just oh, we'll get you, and I'll just say that you're a press guy from the label. And then the security guy at the door was all right, he's good. And I was just oh, sick. So yeah, I was definitely.
If I did that, I was probably already drunk, because that was a very typical move for me at that time. Was to because that was around the era when I was getting served underage around Reading. So I always had a real good sense of how to breeze past security guys.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing and I only did that when I was already drunk. So I'm sure I was already drunk when I did that.
Yeah, you might have been. I don't know, but it was sick.
Cobra also runs a pretty loose shit back then.
Yeah, they definitely wrote.
They've tightened it up since, but
they definitely used to let a lot of shit fly there for sure.
Absolutely.
But man, it's still kicking, and it's actually really nice there now. They redid everything. They added a brewery to the whole place.
Nice.
They make their own beer there and shit. Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot more pro than it used to be. But yeah, man, you guys were always fucking so nice to us back then. Always.
Really?
Yeah, totally. It was always so much fun. Because I always knew it was going to be a good time. And then I finally remember the first time I had you guys over when I was living in Melrose Park, and it was on that tour because you guys had an off day in Chicago, and you guys just came, and I was just I remember you guys tried to go see the Bean, and you tried parking underneath in this garage, and Ron tried to do it, and your van trailer wouldn't fit in there, and you guys were stuck paying for $30 worth of parking, even though you didn't get to park down there.
Dude, that was when we were making no money at all. Too we would sell we would sell a shirt at a show and be great merch night, guys. Dude.
Yeah.
So if we spent $30 on parking, that was all the money we made that day on merch.
Yeah, I remember you. I piled you guys into my old Subaru, and we went to the Kumas in fucking Lincoln Park.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Ron and Jake still gets this way, but Ron and Jake were always really big on I don't understand why we don't stop and see things. We're out here, why not?
Yeah.
And that was definitely what that was Ron being impatient and being we're seeing fucking Bean if you want to or not. And
what a phenomenal sentence that is.
That's so sick. But there's so many people. That's how people get on tour, dude. There are some guys in our band sometimes that are I feel Jace always wants to stop and see shit. And he's always just well, we should fucking do this. And I'm just and I'm most of the time
on
it's
paper,
good ideas.
It sounds great, but it's just there's not enough time in the day.
Yeah, but
especially
it's
with a band.
it's sick that you had to deal with that. I remember that whole fucking day, and like, yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. And like, Ron got the Slayer burger, so it was all messy and shit, and yeah, it was dope. It was really cool, and yeah, I think you guys stayed at my place like twice on that run because you stayed the next day too.
Those are those are like some of my favorite fucking times. Like when we're on a US tour, and like we know that like we get to stay with you, like those are like that the night of the show and the next morning I might actually like that more than the night of, because like we always go to like fucking Denny's,
dude,
and, like,
hell yeah,
and like Biggs is always mad about it because like it's kind of overpriced, and like me and you are just like
we're like, no, Denny's, dude, no.
And then we get the fucking blueberry like hush puppy bites with the fucking icing,
hell
dude,
yeah,
like,
oh my god.
Dude, that's the shit that like keeps me alive on tour, like straight up.
Hell yeah, dude! I love that shit.
Dude, yeah, but man, I definitely remember us fighting about the bean though, which is probably really funny to you guys because you're from Chicago. So like, it's probably like nothing to you. Like
I never go there.
Thing on my mind.
What's cool though, like Millennium Park, that park that the bean is in, they actually have they have like a band shell set up there.
Yeah.
And the Chicago Symphony Orchestra sometimes does like rehearsals out there, and you could just go and watch it for free.
Yeah, the stuff around it is really cool.
The stuff around the bean is like the shit. But the
awesome.
bean itself, it's just like, who gives a fuck? Like, what?
That's like the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Like when people are like, we're going to see the Liberty Bell. I'm like,
why, dude? Go to Sheets. Instead, man.
Dude, fucking seriously. Like if you're wasting your time seeing the Liberty Bell instead of going to Sheets while you're in Pennsylvania, like you're fucking ruining your trip.
I'm so pissed that we didn't get to go to a Sheets when we were in Pennsylvania. But
dude, man, I got to tell you guys, like I've kind of shifted, as the years have gone by. Like I'm definitely a Sheets guy now, but like for a long, long time, Wawa was my shit.
Okay,
dude,
we've never been to either of them.
They built a Wawa a half a mile from my house.
Oh, geez.
So every time I go to get on the highway, I have to drive past it. Yeah. It's like fucking, dude. It's murder, dude.
Yeah,
but
that's sick,
dude, yeah, I mean, I feel very blessed to live in the part of the country that I do, where we have, Sheets and Wawa coexisting.
Dude, we have nothing like that out here, man.
No.
We got nothing like that in Chicago. Like, I mean, Texas has Buc-ee's. Do you like Buc-ee's? I love Buc-ee's.
I like Buc-ee's, but I don't like Buc-ee's as much as Sheets. I just don't.
That's fair. I would probably agree, but I've never been to Sheets. But like, dude, every time we go to like Texas, I make everybody stop at Buc-ee's. Like, either what I'll do is I'll lie and I'll say I have to pee when there's a Buc-ee's coming up, and I'm like, let's stop there. And
dude, that's a good one.
But now we'll pretty much deliberately go. Like,
dude, if I didn't like have to like live, like if I didn't have to like pay bills or like do any of that shit, I would take money, put it aside, and save it to buy you an airplane ticket so you could fly to Pennsylvania and eat Sheets with me.
Fuck yeah, dude, I would do it. I'll just take a Greyhound bus out there, dude. Fuck it.
Dude, I would pay like a $250 plane ticket to fly you to Sheets. Like, dude, it's.
I would totally go, dude. Yeah. That sounds.
Dude, if I had extra money just laying around, I'd be like, Caroline, we're hanging out with Jason Nitz this weekend, and we're going to Sheets.
Hell yeah, like, dude.
You may or may not see me for the next 48 hours.
Hell yeah, dude.
Might just be hitting different Sheets in the area. But yeah, dude, it's definitely like doing US tours is sick because like, especially if you're coming back from the West, because like you always hit like Pittsburgh and that's where the Sheets start. And the first time you see a Sheets, it's like, oh my God, like, dude, driving home from Los Angeles on that last fucking tour we did was so grueling.
Did you have any shows on the way back?
What's that?
Did you have any shows on the way back?
No.
Oh my God,
man.
And we broke down in fucking Twin Forks, Arizona, where 300 people live.
Holy shit.
How long were you there for?
For 2 days, and we ate at the one diner and the one barbecue place that they have in town. And we stayed at the only hotel that they had.
Sick.
Oh man,
that sucks.
Yeah, and then after we got our van fixed, which was like $1,200, then we got to drive all the way across the country. And like, dude, it wasn't that bad because like we didn't have to like play shows, so we could just kind of do whatever we wanted. Like for once in the history of the band, I was like, fuck it, like we'll stop and see some shit, you know?
Yeah.
And like do you know what Meteor Crater is in Arizona? It's like
the massive, yeah.
It's like the best preserved meteor in the entire world. It's like a mile wide and it's perfectly preserved, and like it's just a really sick like geological thing. And it was on our way home. It was on the road. I was like, we gotta stop. So like I fucking pull in. The sun is coming down in the desert. We were listening to like Neil Young or Dark Side of the Moon or something in the desert, and the sun's coming down. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so sick. And then we pull up, and they're fucking closing the gates.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, and I was like, what? It was like 5:03, and they're like, we close at 5. I was like, the sun is setting, and you're closing? Like,
come on,
like,
man.
Dude, and we just drove for like 4 more hours and ate at like a Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
Sick night, dude. Dude, I love that about like on off days on tour like that, where it's just like you guys just get to pretty much hang out. Like we actually are pretty good about seeing shit. Like we saw the Grand Canyon last year when we were on tour with I think Inanimate Existence. We saw the Grand Canyon, so we'll try and do shit. Like we saw the dinosaurs from the Pee Wee Herman movie that are in California. But they're not that sick in real life. Like you could go inside one, but it's a gift shop and it just smells like pee and like poo. It doesn't smell good. It smells like a sewer.
I've never seen the Grand Canyon. Like still in like all the touring we've done, we've never seen the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, it's not that. It's hard to do it on tour unless you have an off day, because it's like
that's
it's out of the way.
Yeah, it is out of the way. So it was out of the way for us, kind of where we were going, but like. We made it work, and we got like dinner in Flagstaff. That was actually a really sick day. We always have like sick off days. We always go to like water parks or do some stupid shit. Like, that's always fun. Yeah.
Dude, we if we have an off day, we'll usually end up like seeing a movie and then going to like a Buffalo Wild Wings and just hanging out there until they close, and just like eating horrible food and like drinking like overpriced beers.
Yeah.
But like, dude, on the last tour. And this is when like the Joker like hit me fully. So like I saw the Joker when me and my girlfriend were camping up in Maine over like in October. We saw it in Portland, and I saw it the first time, and I was like this is very sick, but I think I need to see it again. And like when we saw it on an off day. And it was just like, I guess the frame of mind that I was in, like at this point in the album cycle and at this point on that tour, where like I was just kind of like fried, you know? And it, like, dude, that's when like the full like force of that movie like hit me. I was just like in this dark theater in the middle of like, in like Tulsa or something. Like, it was just like, it was a really sick day, like just seeing that movie for a second time. With like the band, and like I don't know, that's when I like really like got into that movie. But yeah, dude, off days are pretty sick. One time we went to Twin Peaks.
Oh hell yeah!
Like that was cool, I guess. Like we went to the falls, you know. But
fuck. I wish we got to do that. We went to the Double R Diner.
So we did that too, and like I was like,
everything's overpriced as fuck there.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I was kind of bummed because like they just shit memorabilia all over the walls. Like it doesn't even look like it, you know. But like, of course, I was like, oh, cool, that's the sign, you know, like that's neat. But like we did that, and that was cool. And then we like, I guess like on that Darkest Hour tour we did, like we hit a lot of breweries, which we don't really do anymore, and we hadn't done up until that point. But for some reason on that tour, we ended up hitting like 4 or 5 like real big name breweries that we'd always wanted to visit. So that was cool.
That is cool. Hell yeah.
That's really fun. We went to Stone out in California. What's that?
It was my other band. We do that. Well, when Pete was in the band, it was like every time we did a show outside of Illinois, it was like, we got to stop at this brewery and this brewery. And it was fun.
Pete Grossman was in Bill's band, Something Is Waiting. He's the guy that mixed our record.
Oh,
yeah. He's a really sick dude.
Awesome. Yeah, dude. Great engineer too.
Yeah, he mixed the Warforged record.
Yeah, he mixed voice. Yeah,
dude. I was just listening to that record after me and Adrian talked, and dude, it's still so sick.
Thanks, man. Fuck yeah.
it's definitely like one of those records that's gonna like stick around. I think, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hope so, man. Yeah. But we're already working on some new shit. So,
are you guys like writing together more on this one, or is Adrian bringing stuff to the practice space?
It's a little bit more of both, but like, Adrian is bringing stuff to the practice space, but like, we're kind of like collaborating on it together a lot more, and it's definitely been more of a group writing thing, more so than like any other Warforged music before. Like, Alex came with a whole song that I think we're gonna use. That's like, that's like way different from like, well, it's different, but it's like, I don't know, it's cool because it definitely adds a lot more to like what we already have going on.
So what's changed that Adrian is letting the reins go a little bit?
I think he just wants to. I think it's just more of the fact that like now I guess that we've had the same dudes in the band Max has been in the band for how many years now? Like 3 almost 4 years or something like that.
That's a good. Yeah, so, the lineup has been pretty solid.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like we're all like at a point now where like everybody in the band is like the identity of the band now. And I think a lot of the reason Adrian writes, he's always been like a very creative person. He's always wanted to write a lot, but it was kind of like he had to kind of do it for our band for a long time because we had so many guys in and out. And it was just like, especially guitar players. We've had so many different fucking guitar players. So it's kind of like...
Which is usually the bigger writing portion of any
So
band.
if they're going to be writing a lot of the music, it's just kind of like, well, like, we kind of got to do it or else this is going to have no consistency at all. Man. Yeah, and it's just like, but I think it's just, this time around he wants more input from everybody, and it's kind of like the idea of this one is to be more of like a much more experimental, I would say, release than anything, otherwise that we've done yet. But
do you have anything demoed?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, we've been making demos. Yeah. Right. We did some demos yesterday
for those.
And I don't have them, but somebody's got them. But right. You can, I'm sure. I don't care. You can hear them. And if I give you the okay, so. But I'm excited. Like we learned like yesterday. We've been doing these like 8-hour band practices on the weekends now to like really have like days where we can all meet up, and like it's hard, man. It's hard after work because everybody's so fucking drained, and it's like when you're starting at 8 or 9, it's like all right, like. Usually when I come to practice then, I'm just thinking like, man, I can't wait to like go home and go to bed, after a full work day, so it's kind of cool on Saturday. We could wake up and start in the morning and just be like, oh shit. Like, luckily we all, everybody lives here still or relatively close to the city. Yeah. So we're able to make that work, but it's helped a lot. And I don't know. We booked dates with Pete.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I don't want to say.
Okay, I'll ask you
on
later.
the podcast,
that's
but yeah. Anyway,
I'll ask Pete. I'll just text him right now.
So you guys have this tour, and then are you hitting the studio? Is that the game plan?
No. We have this tour, and then we have that Domination Festival in Mexico, which is like. I think we're playing the whole record. I don't know. I'm like recently I've been like very out of touch with like what's actually going on. I've just been like kind of trying to like keep my head in like writing land, I guess. Yeah. But now with the tour approaching, I kind of have to like deal with real life. Yeah. But yeah, as far as I know, this will be like the last tour on this album cycle. I don't like really foresee like anything, like there's no reason we need to tour in the States again unless it's like with some outrageously sick band, that would like bring in like a whole new like flock of fans or whatever.
If Tool's like, hey, open for us or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like you wouldn't say no to that. But yeah, as far as I know, this is it. Which is good. I think honestly, like I think that like the material is like served its purpose, and like I think that like at least for me, like having written most of that record, I definitely feel like completely detached from it, as the creative person behind most of it. Like I feel completely detached from it, so it's like, and it's actually started very recently, so it's like I feel like now's a good time to like wrap it up before it starts to feel old.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, that's a good thing to say, though, because I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that with bands, in the sense where it's like somebody might want to come up to you and gush about Owls, but it's like, it's kind of hard to do it when your head's like not there. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to just be like, yeah, it's sick, but I'm not like, your mind's already on your next record. And, Yeah,
I mean, I would say, it's weird. Like, dude, I mean, I think I started writing stuff like shortly after Owls came out that I thought was going to be like for this next record. And like now, like listening back to that stuff, compared to like the more recent stuff, like I'm just like it's not that early stuff that I wrote is definitely not going to end up on the record, because it's just like it doesn't sound like where everything else is at. You know what I mean? It sounds more like a bonus track from like Owls, which is like definitely not something that I'm interested in doing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I'm just gonna like retreat fully into writing once we get back from this tour. Or continue to, I guess. And I don't know. I'm not sure about album time or studio time quite yet. Okay. There's been some like discussion, like some emails from like the label and management, just like wondering, like not pushing or anything.
But just asking, yeah,
but we're kind of just like at the point where like we toured our asses off for like basically 2 years, and like we don't really feel like there's any like super urgent thing, like I think at this point like a little time off would like suit us well.
It absolutely will. Yeah
you just like when a band tours so hard and not necessarily overexposes themselves, but it's just like people need to want the next thing.
Exactly.
And I feel like in a lot of ways people are still very much on Owls. At least like our fan base is still very, I mean, it's still, even like 2 years later, I wake up with like all these notifications on my phone from the Rivers Instagram and stuff. Like people still like posting about it, which is, to me, is like insane.
Yeah.
But like, but the current climate still seems like people are still very much on that record. So I mean, there's not a huge rush.
Yeah. Well, good for you guys, man. Because you see, I mean, like, I don't know, with bands like, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but you get bands like Black Dahlia and now like Aborted, who pump out records every couple of years, and it's just like you're always on that grind of just touring, recording, and it's like, you know what? Like, sometimes I like it when metal bands, especially metal bands, give it a second to be like, hey, you know what? Like, kind of take your time to do the things you need to do for especially just for your own sanity. You know what I mean? Like, give it a second, and then like you'll come back to something even better than you might have, otherwise.
Yeah, I think even Black Dahlia, though, on this next record that they're doing, I think that like this is the longest that they've gone without releasing a record. Like ever. I think like it's over 2 years at this point.
Yeah,
so,
it's over 2 years. But isn't it coming out like soon, relatively soon?
I don't know, actually. I should know. Assume
at least this year.
Yeah. Oh no, it has to be 2020. But like just the fact that I guess the last record came out in 2008 or 2017.
Yeah, it was I think it was 17. Yeah.
What album is that?
Nightbringers. Okay. It was whenever Warforged played. It was that year Warforged played Summer Slaughter with them, and they were doing the Nocturnal tour because they announced like Nightbringers. Yeah, it was a cool show. They announced Nightbringers on that whole tour, and like we're playing new songs from it. And they were doing.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, they were like the first band I ever saw sell pre-orders for a record at their merch table. And like,
dude.
Yeah, they had those like download cards and shit. It's just like, whoa, this is insane.
Dude, they sold like 13,000 copies of that record first week.
Yeah, that's like, it was insane. Yeah,
dude. I mean, fucking like, As I Lay Dying, they sold like almost 10,000 copies of their most recent. Like, that shows you how big Dahlia really is.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of times people forget like. It's easy to like look at that band as like a very like punk rock kind of death metal band, because they're all like very like normal people,
Yeah.
But like, dude, like they just like kill it like everywhere still. So yeah, man, like, but yeah, I think there's value in taking some time off. I mean, definitely. Especially for us at this point, just because like I think we've toured the States like 6 times on this record.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean Europe will end up being 4 times, or 3 times or 4 times. Yeah, it's like it's a bit a lot. So like I think it'll do everybody good to have a little time off. And I mean, I'm definitely not going to be taking time off. I'm just going to be writing. But like, for people to be able to like get some jobs and hold them down, like, because it's been, like, some of us have jobs where like it's family related, or like we're good friends with the owners or whatever. So like we've been kind of come and go. But like a lot of the guys have not had that. So if we're not touring, they're not making money. So like it's been tough on some of the dudes. So I know that having some time to like get back to normal life for a little bit will be good for them. I think
definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. What do you want to talk about, or how long have we been going?
Yeah, how long have we been going for?
We just hit the 2-hour mark.
Damn. Okay, that's a lot, man. We could keep going. It's up to you, man.
I don't care. I'm not doing shit. Honestly, I'm just like, my girlfriend's at work, and like I'm just being a shithead, I guess.
Yeah. What's your game plan for the rest of this Sunday?
Oh man, I think I have to call my dad and find out if I have to work tomorrow, which sucks. But probably we'll just eat some food and watch some fucking movies. I'll probably listen to that Mac Miller song again.
Hell yeah, and, definitely.
Probably listen to some music. I'll probably put my headphones on and do all the shit that I didn't do this morning.
There you go.
And dude, speaking of shit that like I didn't want to do, I bought health insurance like last month. And like I had been buying health insurance for like since I was 26. Like I had this like insurance plan that I was paying like $200 a month for, and it was terrible. Like the only thing that like I fucking would get any benefit from is like if I got struck by lightning, It was a total dog shit insurance plan. But like I work on a W-9, so like if I don't have, it might be the case for everybody, but like if you don't have health insurance, you get like a tax
penalty.
Penalty. So like I just had it for that reason. But anyway, like last month I like restructured my whole thing, and like I had to do that, and dude, just like I don't think anything stresses me out more than like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it sucks.
Like official stuff, like government or like state, like DMV shit, like any of that stuff. It just like makes me feel like I'm listening to that Daughters record.
You're just claustrophobic. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that shit sucks. I hate doing that. Luckily, Zounds gives health insurance, so I get it for my job, and Alex gets it, and we both get it. But like, otherwise, it's such a bitch. Like, I could never afford it if I wasn't at this place. Like,
dude. Yeah. I had a job at a health food store like for 6 years, like from like 2007 to like 2012 or 13 or something.
Were you and your girlfriend met?
Yeah, she's my manager.
Yeah.
And we met there, and then she quit to go to school, and I got fired because I wasn't paying for the fucking food that I was eating for lunch. And I was like,
you shouldn't have to.
And I was like giving my discount to like this dude next door who owned a burrito shop so that like I could get free burritos for lunch. And like they caught me and fired me. So that was like very sick. But anyway, I could have gotten health insurance through them, but like back then I was like 20 and I was like, I don't need that shit. And like, but like now being like 28 years old, like I kind of wish that like I would have like understood a little bit more about like how important that shit can actually be, you know?
Yeah. Me too.
just because, like, dude, I mean, I broke my hand when I was 21. Like, luckily, I was still on my parents' insurance, but like, if I hadn't been, like, I would have been fucked, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And they don't teach you that shit, unfortunately. You know, like, I mean, I remember even when I was having this conversation because I had don't remember what the general class was called, but it's like where you learn about like the economy and like I don't know stock markets and shit. It was home economics.
Yeah, but economics probably.
Yeah, or something similar to that. And like, you know, I remember they were teaching us to like, you know, balance a checkbook. And I'm like, dude, I've never written a check my entire life. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. Like, why
it's
aren't
a
they
weird
teaching
concept because I grew up with that for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
Like,
but it's just like now it's like irrelevant. It's like they should be teaching kids about credit scores and like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like that's the shit you should be learning about. Yeah.
About mortgages and taxes. Like,
yeah. I knew nothing about that shit. Like, I was very much in, like, I graduated in 2009. So, like, I was, like, when I graduated, there was maybe, like, 2 kids that had smartphones. It was still all flip phones. So, like, it was definitely, like, a different time period than, like, now. So, like, but, yeah, it was the same thing, though. Like, they would, like, teach us how to balance our checkbooks and shit. And, like, I do actually have a checkbook just for, like, bills and shit, I guess. But, like, I don't need it anymore because now I pay them all online.
Yeah.
But, like, dude, I remember when, like, when I first got my first debit account, I would, like, write the shit in, and I'd be like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah,
like, I have
keeps track of everything anyway.
Like, I have maybe $300 because I'm, like, 16, so, like, why do I need to fucking, like,
keep track?
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly how much money I have because I'm fucking 16. You know?
I mean, a lot of people, at least in Chicago, a lot of people use Chase Bank. Like, I have it. You don't. I know you don't, Bill. Yeah. You have your own fucking.
Do a local.
Yeah, the local banking. So you're the only person I know. I think. Like, honestly,
really? I do that.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that does local. You local bank?
Yeah, dude, but get this. So, like, my fucking bank is called Santander Bank, which what I thought for the longest time was, like, a very Reading, Pennsylvania exclusive bank. So, like, last year, we're in Barcelona, Spain, and I come around a corner and I see Santander Bank, which up until that point, I had only seen in Reading, Pennsylvania. And, like, as it turns out, the bank is based in Spain.
Oh, like, shit.
Yeah,
wow, that's fucking random.
Santander. Like, it's like a... Yeah, like, dude, like, I thought it was a local bank, so that's, like, where I've been going for my whole life, and I still go, but it's, like, it's a fucking Spanish bank. It's crazy.
That's cool, man. That's sweet. I guess if you ever need extra cash in Spain...
Well, yeah, that was the dumb thing, though, is I was like, oh, sick, it's my bank. I can take money out and not get charged for it. Yeah. There was still, like, a $13 charge because of the, currency conversion.
Yeah, that sucks.
So stupid.
Like, yeah, like, well, what was the point? Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. I don't know. I pay everything now. I mean, now I don't even have to use my card. You could quick pay with, like, the Chase Bank app and shit. You know, like, there's so much shit I just use my phone for now. It's crazy. But
I need to do that. Like, I think if I got with a bigger bank, like a Wells Fargo or something, I could set it up so that I could just pay all my bills with one button.
Oh yeah, but you could. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't do that on mine, so I have to, like, every time when it's time to pay the bills every month, I, like, get my laptop out. I'm like, I gotta pay the bills.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
And but yeah, I should consider switching. I like how we're just talking about banks.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking
welcome to the show.
Shit, dude. You get high and you talk about banks, man.
Dude, this is important stuff, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude,
who do you think?
No death metal bands talk about banks. What death metal band's talking about a fucking bank, dude? You're not gonna learn that from Nuclear Blast artists.
No, you're not, dude. What other podcasts are you going to hear people talking about how fucking sick New Deicide is, and also how you need to be teaching people about credit scores in elementary school?
Dude, like, it's us, man. That's the whole point of the show, dude.
Just a whole bunch of nothings.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just a bunch of shit. Like,
yeah, this is definitely the sickest podcast I've ever been on.
Dude, fuck yeah. Good. I'm glad it is. Yeah, man.
Dude, have you ever done, like, podcast interviews with, like, super awkward people?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, on tour I have a couple times. I mean, not like that they're super awkward, but it is awkward no matter what. You know what's awkward about it though is that like everybody in my band tries to put on a fucking show. Like Alex likes to go. Yeah, Alex likes to go on a podcast and pretend he's like the pro guy, and I'm just like, dude, like get the fuck out of it. You know, I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like, and then it just turns me off, and I don't want to do it, even though I should be on our podcast the most because I do a fucking podcast.
Yeah, you would know how to do it.
So I feel like I'm more equipped for it, but I don't know. It's just always fun because like I could tell some of the other dudes really like it, like being on shows and shit. And like that's cool, like that's fine. I get it. You know, I like having it, but now I have this, so it's just kind of you know, I can listen to myself whatever the fuck I want. But
they recently I did a show in was it Madison, and there was a dude there, and I feel bad now because he was like, "Hey man, give my podcast a shout," and I was like, absolutely fucking forgot what it was. I didn't do it like the next episode that we had.
Do you remember what it is now?
No idea. I can't remember. Shit. Something metal, you know. And,
okay.
Nice guy. Very awkward.
Yeah.
And he mentioned, he was like, I want to interview you guys, you know, at some point tonight, you know, probably after the set. And I was like, absolutely, like totally down for it.
Yeah.
I was busy, and so Gobo ended up taking over and doing the interview.
Oh yeah,
and you can find it on YouTube, and it is it's pretty awkward, and like the dude has like an SM58 like in Gobo's face, but you can tell he's like his arm's getting tired, so it's like slowly going down, and like. And it's not picking up anything because the cord's not working.
Yeah.
And at one point, Gobo just grabs his arm and like pulls it up closer to his face so he can talk to the mic.
Oh, wow.
And I remember talking to our drummer about it. He goes, I saw the interview because I was the asshole videotaping it. I was like, all right, there we go.
Damn.
So that was fun.
That's very sick. We've there's a video of us getting interviewed by someone. I think we were in like fucking Detroit or something, but it was like this kid who was just like, we're here with Rivers of Nihil. He's like there. He's got like super like dyed black hair, and he's like dressed in like, I don't know, he had like a Pierce the Veil shirt or something on, and like he was with his girlfriend who like looked just like him, and like he was like, how does it feel to be on tour with deathcore legends, The Artist Murder, and like all of
that?
Yes, and like all of us just like visibly looked at him and like laughed.
Yeah,
like,
Jesus, yeah, what, dude? All right,
all right, break it down.
Wait, was that place in? Where did you guys come to see us when we were in Wisconsin, Jason?
Oh, we went to the Miramar Theater. That was on your headliner with Inferi.
Is that in Madison? Where is that?
That's Milwaukee.
Oh, that was Milwaukee.
Yeah,
that's like about an hour.
Yeah,
away.
It's not far. Yeah, it's about an hour away from the city. A little over an hour, but yeah.
Dude, you were super pumped out that night because like your band wanted to like stay and party, and you had to like
it
work.
wasn't my band. It was Danny. It was Danny wanted to fucking stay and party.
Oh,
I was working at the bakery at the time, so I had to get up at like 6 in the morning the next day.
Stay.
No, I drove at Jace drove up, and Jace was so.
Wait, who is the whole crew you brought up? So Danny, Jace, big mistake, but go on.
Danny, Jace, Nate,
Adrian.
Oh,
Adrian's
Adrian's not a partier, so I would be worried about it.
And I think it was us 5. It was me, Adrian, Nate.
So 3 out of the
Danny,
5 are the guys that are going to be like, I want to stay up till the sun fucking rises.
Cool.
And
Nate
drink.
was like nice about it. Nate was Nate was he was cool and he knew how to get up.
Didn't
and like
have one last
Jace
drink.
got so drunk that I had to drive Jace's car back and drop us all off with Jace's car. And like it was so, and Jace kept like punching my seat while I was so pissed, dude. Yeah, I remember that because everybody was going to that bar across the street. Well, Casey came out and a bunch of other other like Sean was there and like a bunch of other dudes from Milwaukee that we know were there, and like they wanted to party with us, and I was just like, dude, I have to drive us an hour back, and I have to be up in like 5 hours for work. Like, can we? You remember? You remember how pissed I was, dude? I was so mad.
I was the dude that went and got him.
I know. I asked you to.
You were in your car, like I have to go. And
I was in Jace's car, dude. I was in Jace's fucking car, and I was like, "We gotta go." Like,
dude, that was the night that guy. That was the night that guy showed up with that dab rig. But I was like still afraid of dabs, so I didn't do any.
Yeah, I've still yet to do a dab.
Dude.
I saw Alex do a dab with Ron Casey from Inanimate Existence. They did it at when we stayed at his place like 2 years ago. And Alex was like, I was making Alex laugh so hard he was drooling like all over himself. Yeah,
dude,
it was really sick.
I'll tell you how insane fucking dabs are, dude.
Yeah.
The first time I took them, I decided to not go to Denny's because I was so glued. I was so glued to my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Like everyone else was like, "We're going to Denny's. Come on, Brody." I was like, Like I just I couldn't do it. But yeah, dude, I have a really funny video of John Tapor the last time he smoked dabs where we were playing Tool, and it was like one of those like really like repetitive. Well, everything is repetitive, but like the like super like one noise that keeps repeating, and like you just see John's like his like life force leaving his body in the video.
Hell yeah, that's really cool. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I would love to.
Yeah, I'll send it to you when we get off. But yeah, dude, they're definitely crazy, but I think you would enjoy them at this point.
Dude, I don't know if you have them on hand.
Yeah.
But if you do you still have those Christmas cards that we sent you?
Oh, dude, they're right here.
Oh, nice. Oh, sick. Because, like, I know there's the one, I had to draw two for you. So if you look, I was, like, high as fuck with Adrian when we were doing this. So I drew one of you, and then I was just like, oh, shit, I need to draw one of, like, me and you have this thing for the listeners. Me and Brody like to send each other pictures of Eric Rutan from Hate Eternal, just, like, on stage sometimes, and we'll just do it throughout the day. You know, it's just, like, something that has to happen. So, yeah, I drew this picture of, there it is, of Eric Rutan.
That's awesome.
And I quoted him on another Christmas card to send you, because I was like, fuck, why didn't I do that? And I was like, Adrian, do you care if we send Brody too? And he's like, no, that's cool. Yeah. So... Dude, yeah, some people got none and are like pissed at me about it. You got two. Like,
yeah, I know. Well, dude, that was the thing. Like, I think a couple of people, like, when I posted that, they messaged me and they were like, oh yeah, I'm waiting on mine. And
you're not getting one. Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I had so many people message me and they were like, oh, I never got one. And I was like, yeah, well, when you're high and trying to figure out everybody you know and you're bad at doing that, like...
That's funny. Did you ever think of that? Like, oh shit, we're going to probably upset a couple.
Yeah, I definitely thought of that. I was like, yeah, some people
Nate was one of them.
Nate got one, or
right?
he didn't
get one, right?
I think he hadn't Adrian says he sent him one, and I think it got lost.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like we said...
Did you get one?
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I love it. And you did the logo and everything. Which,
oh, yeah. I did?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if that was... we all did it. Like, Andrew did...
Well, somebody did the WTF logo and stuff. So,
Alex did a really good one of Andrew Kim, dude. He made Andrew Kim, like... He stuffed him on top of a Christmas tree, so he looked like the star of a Christmas tree. But he's sitting on it. That was pretty good.
I saw it. Dude, I just realized that you crossed out the Warforged logo and wrote Hate Eternal on the fucking card.
You like that, dude?
That's
dude,
a good
you know what else? The first time I saw this, I think I was high, and I thought that, like, Eric's... Let me see if I can... I'm trying not to show my address.
Yeah, but that's fair.
This part here... Yeah. I thought that you got Eric Rutan to sign this.
No, that would be
amazing.
Dude, I wish there was any way I could make that happen without him wanting to like punch me or something. But like,
dude, I could 100% get anything you want signed by Eric Rutan, and then you could later draw these faces on them.
Man, I got his drum throne in my house from when Chasen was in Hate Eternal, dude. I still have Eric Rutan's Gibraltar drum throne.
Oh boy,
that's another piece you gotta bring into this room.
Yeah, I told him about it last time I saw Hate Eternal. I was like, yeah, I still have it, and he was like, oh, it's good, it's all good, you can keep it. And I was like, dude, I have his blessing.
Eric Rutan is so fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
he is like
man, dude.
He is New Jersey. Yeah. Like, dude, straight up. Like, I honestly think that Eric Rutan should join Lorna Shore. That's how New Jersey he is.
Really? Yeah.
Dude, yeah, because, like, all the Lorna... Well, I guess, like, Andrew's not, but, like, Adam and Austin from Lorna Shore are, like, big Jersey guys, you know? So, like, I think it only makes sense that Eric Rutan should become the new vocalist of Lorna Shore.
Yeah. Man, dude, how about that band? Everybody will not stop talking about that shit.
Yeah, it sucks because those guys are like some of like the nicest fucking people ever met. Like, I mean, Adam and Andrew and Austin. And like they had this like new record coming out. It seems though like people are like, because you know they made the announcement that they're going forward with it.
with the record, and good for them.
Because like what can you do? You know, like exactly. what can you do? The label probably already had it like pressed and everything. So, but it seems like people are fucking stoked on it. So I think that they're gonna be fine.
I think so too. And I think
what happened?
Their singer went under fire recently for like allegations and shit, and they kicked him out without hesitation. But the thing is like,
that had nothing to do with. Apparently, that they had fired him before that all that came to light. Like they fired him for like other reasons in addition to like it was like. Wow. Like it's on. I'm not like this isn't insider information. This is like on Lambgoat. But like it's just like. Yeah, so I think they're gonna be. I think that people will still buy that record. You know, I think they're gonna be fine. And it's like they do what they do really well. It's just like super fucking crazy, like blackened deathcore, I guess. Just insanely fast. But yeah, like Rutan should definitely join though. I think.
I think so too, man. Man, that would really uproot their band for sure. That would be insane. Like, imagine if you found that out.
Oh, dude!
Do you think they would get along as people?
Yeah, hell yeah,
hell yeah. All right.
Because like, okay, so like, I would say that Austin, the drummer, he's very like true Jersey. I could see him like being friends with like one of the dudes on The Sopranos, you know?
Hell yeah.
Like Austin would be like one of like those dudes like connects or something.
Yeah.
But then like Adam is very like formal, like Italian, like gets all fired up about this or that, and he's like very that guy. So you have like, but then in the middle would be Rutan, who's like kind of just like. Really true Jersey, so it would like balance the whole thing out. I think
that's cool. Yeah, that would be definitely an unexpected move. But you might be onto something, dude.
Can you imagine if Lorna Shore recorded their record with Eric Rutan? What that would sound like?
Oh God, yeah, I could.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying it would sound bad. I'm just saying, like their style, like how they've always sounded. Can you imagine Rutan recording that? That would be insane.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be insane.
I mean, it wouldn't work well. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking about that now, and I'm like imagining. I'm just imagining it. It's interesting.
I wonder if he would get frustrated at the recording process.
I mean, he definitely got frustrated at us. So, I mean.
Dude, I love a lot of those stories from those sessions. That man, like. Ron pissing off Eric Rutan and shit, and like
we were just stupid idiots, man.
Yeah,
like we were
so
just
young. How old were you, dude?
I think I was 20. I had maybe just turned 22, and like I think Ron was still like 19, maybe.
Yeah.
We were just shitheads, dude. Like any bit of like discipline that Rutan like. Cracked down on us with, we totally deserved it.
Yeah.
Like we were just little shitheads. We were like, yeah, we're signed. We're gonna record an album with Rutan. Like, he just went down there and like we were just like fucking idiots. Like we had no idea what we were doing. You know, like because like we had only recorded at studios before where like everything was very like. Edit like friendly. Like if something sounded bad, you just like edit it a little bit to make it sound better. And Eric Rutan does not operate like that at all. So like we just like got crushed for 2.5 weeks, and then I had to fly home because that I'm not even gonna talk about that. But yeah, so it was like, dude, we were just dumb ass kids. Like that's why like whenever someone comes up to me and it's like, man, I really wish you were playing stuff off of Conscious Seed, I'm just like,
yeah, dude, I hear you.
Just like no, thank you, man. Like that, just they're like we'll play like 3 songs, like Mechanical Trees, Soil and Seed, and Rain Eater, and that's like it from that whole record.
I mean, how often are you still playing those?
It's more than I'd like to be. I mean, Big always seems to think, for whatever reason, that like Soil and Seed is just an amazing song to always have in the set list. I mean, it's a good song, I guess, but like, dude, it's just like, what's the point, you know?
At this point, especially, you know.
That song is almost 6 minutes long, I think. Like, we could totally use that 6 minutes to play like a song off of a new record. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But whatever. But yeah, dude, we were just like it was around that time that like I had an Android device, not an iPhone, and like Androids automatically save all of your pictures to your Google Photos, right?
Uh-huh.
So like I had a very well documented brick of like time in my life, which was around that recording session that's on my Google Photos. And like, dude, it's just like complete, like if you look at those pictures, like it's so obvious like what my life was like back then. Like it's just like shithead young 20-something-year-old just like thinking he was so cool and just like
drinking,
absolutely dude, just being a dumbass. Like so but I don't know, man. That was definitely like a big wake up call for us, I would say. And I think it's ultimately what ended up making Ron quit the band, you know.
Was that recording process?
I think that was like kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Like he was just, I think, already feeling like very discouraged with his drumming because he was having issues with his feet and shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think that recording process just like crushed him. So he like, you know, after, I guess the last tour he did with us was Dying Fetus, which was his favorite band ever. And like, he was just up there every night, just like miserable. So like, we all knew it was coming. But, you know, now I get to talk to him about fucking Flowmasters and stuff.
Dude.
So
hell yeah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Well, sweet, man. Well, we've kept you on for a pretty long time, man.
Yeah, we can start wrapping up.
Yeah, we should probably.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, man. We should let you get on with your day, and you could fucking put on your dope ass headphones and listen to. Dude, you know what? That Mac Miller song was pretty good. I was actually pretty surprised because most of like at least recent rap I've heard that's been released posthumously since like XXX Tentacion, like, dude, all the shit they've put out since he's been dead is like abominations of like his ideas, and just like it's just like, what the fuck is this? Like,
apparently he was like 80% done with that record though, which is like so what you're gonna hear on that record is like mostly what he intended for you to hear, and then the same producer that was working with him during that whole session is the one who like completed it basically.
Okay, that's cool then.
So yeah, it's like I don't know, man. Like the vibe that I got on his last record is that like he's very much moving away from like traditional hip hop, and he's going like more of like a almost like neat, like jazzy pop kind of dude. Like dude, that drum beat when it came in, I was like, it's the fucking Beatles. This sounds like a Ringo Starr beat. Like, I don't know. I'm totally down with like that. I mean, his last record was my favorite one because it was like his like least typical rap album. It was like all just.
Did that one have the song with Kendrick on it?
No, that one was from the one before that, I think.
Okay.
This one had Swimming. The last one that came out before he died had like Thundercat and Flying Lotus and John Mayer on it.
Oh, sick! Fuck yeah!
Yeah, so that was like, I don't know. I could kind of tell on that record that he was like moving in a new direction, and then he died, obviously. But it sounds like this fucking record is going to be like everything that I like enjoyed about that last record.
Hell yeah! Sure. Well, good. That's a good thing. Fuck yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely have to give that a listen to. I never listened to it because for a long time I had a hard time like separating Mac Miller from rappers like Logic, where they're like.
That's how I was, dude. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, I was like raised in a house where like my dad basically just like instilled in me that like rap is shit, and it's like it's just for talentless hacks, basically. Same thing with electronic music. Like if it's not a guitar and a fucking singer, it sucks. Yeah. And like I don't know, man. Like up until like I would say maybe 3-ish years ago, I was very resistant to like a lot of hip hop.
Yeah, same.
Like I liked the classics. I liked Biggie and Tupac and fucking, you know, Nas and whatever. But like, you know, I never like knew hip hop. Like everyone was talking about Kendrick, and I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Same.
Sounds like
I was the same way. Even my bandmates, like Adrian and Alex, loved Kendrick, and I just didn't get it. I was like, what am I like, you know, missing?
Dude,
but when I learned to like turn, you know, like uncover that, you know, like feeling, it was just like, it opened me up to this like whole world of like different music where it's like, whoa, this is like the shit, you know?
Dude, Good Kid, Mad City and To Pimp a Butterfly are like, dude, To Pimp a Butterfly is the wall of this era, straight up.
Definitely.
Because it's just like, it's everything is there. Like he the poem that he did, and like how each, you know, the segment of each poem that he like is reading where it stops, that's where the theme of the next song picks up, and then like the conversation with fucking Tupac.
Yeah, at
and
the end, like, it's crazy.
And just like, dude, it's just like the political, like that, like how well like the current political climate was built into it. Like, dude, it's just like, I don't know, like I tried to show that to my dad. Like I tried to like, I was like, he has to like get this. Like I showed him that, and I think I showed him like the new Anderson .Paak album, or a couple albums ago actually, where like it sounded like fucking Jethro Tull with like with Anderson like singing over it, and like I was like, my dad has to like this. He didn't, but you know, it's just like, it's kind of crazy that I've gone into like my mid-20s and like really kind of just like resisted listening to like any kind of like new hip hop. And like, same. Dude, honestly, like it's definitely like changed like my approach to like music in general. Like, you know, so I'm glad.
It's cool that they could do that, you know?
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with like Biggs would play Kendrick a lot on tour, and like, you know how it is on tour when you're sort of like losing your mind, and like certain songs become soundtracks to like memories that you have when you were on tour. Yeah. And like that was very much like Good Kid, Mad City for me, because he would always play it. And like, I didn't even really pay attention to the record, but I like knew all the songs. So like I knew like, this probably is a good record. So I dove in and like, haven't really, you know, looked back since.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to listen to a record like To Pimp a Butterfly and be like, how is this not the best there is at this shit? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's interesting because like I love that shit, but then I do also like the very like viciously stupid stuff too. Like, I mean, like, I love Travis Scott. Like, I think Astro World is super dumb and sick.
I love like Trippie Redd and shit. Like, I'll get even worse with it, and like Lil Uzi and shit. Like, I like those rappers. Yeah, dude. And then exactly. See, it's just like really like that's most people's reactions, but I don't know. I still enjoy it.
I'm trying to think. I don't know what the dumbest shit that I listen to is. I don't really know. Like, I guess like. I guess I still have to break through that barrier with it. Like, I guess like I haven't gone full stupid. Like, I would say like Travis Scott is he's
like linked to that though, sort of. He's a little above that for sure. But
yeah, but like him. Who else? I really like Denzel Curry, but he's sick.
Yeah, he's good.
Like, like he did that Taboo album, which was like this really dark concept record, and then after that he released Zoo, which is like, it's like an old school fucking rap, like just all fucking bangers, like super like Nike Air vibe from that record.
Definitely.
Just like, but yeah, I don't know. Travis Scott gets, I don't know. I enjoy his stuff, even if it's stupid.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, I back that for sure. Hell yeah, man.
I'll have to check out some Trippie Redd once I get off here, though.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you might hate it, but I think it's cool. He's definitely, like, dumb as hell. But
I don't know. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I fucking like that new Kanye record.
I like that song, too. Yeah.
Dude, that record's about Jesus.
I know. It's kind of hard to enjoy, but, like, when I really kind of got past that, and I mean, I don't know, any of the production on like any of Kanye's new shit is always like amazing in itself.
Insane.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like, dude, it's hard to listen to that record and not be like, these songs at least sound amazing, you know?
Dude, the fucking Kenny G sax solo, like, are you fucking are you kidding me? Dude, like, on that last tour, me and Biggs were, like, really digging that record, and Jared was really not. And, like, dude, we'd be up driving, I'd be like driving and be like, Jesus is the water that fills my cup. Like, I'm just like getting real into it. That's why I'm thinking it would be so funny if I just started posting biblical verses on my Facebook.
Yeah, you should do it, man. I support that shit.
All right, well, we've talked long enough.
Yeah, we've come full circle, man. Yeah. All right, dude. Good. Well, yeah, thanks for coming on the show, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And so you're hitting up Europe with The Artist Murder, Fit for an Autopsy, Carnifex. That's not the order, right? I'm fucking it up.
It's Thy Artist Murder, Carnifex, Fit for an Autopsy, Us, and I Am.
Sweet. And you'll be there for a while. So, yeah, if any European listeners are here, which I doubt it, but maybe.
We get a handful.
Yeah, maybe some of them, go out to a show. When do you guys leave?
I don't actually know. I just know that we start practicing on the 20th. So
okay,
probably.
So you got some time.
You still got a couple weeks at least.
That's last year's calendar. Yeah. Yeah. Like I think we leave on like the 24th or something like that.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Hell yeah. Well, sweet, man. Well, I'll talk to you before you go then, for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'll probably text you after this anyway. So.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do it.
Anything else you want to plug before we let you go?
Did you want to plug anything?
Man, I got nothing.
That's fair.
That's fair. Hell yeah. Well, sweet, right, man. Guys. Yeah, take it easy, dude.
Later.
See ya.
See you, Brody.
Bye. What up?
What's up? We still got shit. All right, Bill's shutting it off now. All right.
Later.
See ya.
All right, bye.
All right, see ya. Oh, all right. Yeah, fuck yeah. Dude, sick.
Cool, that worked out.
Background on there.
Do you know what that is?
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised you knew that. Cool. That was great. That was awesome. That worked out super well. I'm saying that now. Hopefully when it comes time to editing this.
Yeah, it looks really good. That was like really good having him on there.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. It worked out good. The light, dorky as this sound, the lighting was really good on his end, so that worked out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And hopefully it should look cool. I should be able to edit that video into this.
Sweet, fuck yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Well,
working my ass off on video editing. Quick plug for myself, actually, which I don't do too often on here. I'm going to be releasing a video for my family company for Faye Furniture Services that I put together. It took a little while, and I just finished it. I think I finished it. I've been going over it a few more times and going back and forth with my folks, seeing what they think, and I think it's done. But yeah, it's going to be a video, time-lapse video of us doing a kitchen. It's not the whole job, unfortunately, because it was like kind of an afterthought when I started doing the video. So it's
still a cool idea, though.
It's a good chunk of it. It doesn't show us working in the shop doing the doors, but it does show us in the kitchen from beginning to end, pretty much.
Okay, well that's
cool. And then I wrote a song for it to put along to the background. That was the toughest part, because it was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? Because it's like it's got to be something approachable. It can't be too fucking like. Dude, I don't want to do metal,
up, man. What the hell?
I thought about but it's just too much work. I was like. To hit up either you or Gabe or something and be like, hey, let's go into a room real quick and just track out like a 5-minute long song is what I need, and then just throw it over that. But I ended up just using all this stuff and just
cool,
like Superior Drummer, found some very simple drum tracks, and I tried like when I go into recording mode, I overdo it, and I always I'm going to put all this stuff on there. Take every little drum and do all this stuff.
All kinds of shit.
I was like, fuck that. I was like, I'm just going to take Superior Drummer. I'm not going to individualize every drum track. I'm just going to throw it into a stereo mix.
Sure.
Put a a quick little plug-in over that to just make it a little more polished and bigger. And then I have presets for all my guitars and bass and stuff. Didn't have to worry about vocals, which is awesome. And just threw that over real quick. Didn't fuck with it, just threw it on there. I was like, this sounds good enough. Went on the rig exchange of Kemper and just found I was like, you know what? I knew in my head, I was like, all right, rhythmically, let's go with like what did I do? I think I went with like a Marshall. I was like, I just want something like not too heavy, and kind of vintagey. Did that, and then, or actually, I think I did that for the leads. I can't even remember what I did for the rhythms. But I just try to find like amps that I don't normally use.
Sure.
And then found like an Ampeg plugin, or not plugin, but amp model for the Kemper for my bass. And then, which is nice about the Kemper is a lot of my guitars are all tuned in drop C. Okay. Because that's the tuning we use in Roman Ring, the tuning we use in Something As Waiting. But to avoid that, like the heaviness that comes with it, I just transposed everything with the Kemper up a like whole step. Yeah. So it's almost in drop D. And so that made it sound not as heavy, but I ended up like, I just took like, was it 2 drum riffs essentially and the variations of them and just threw them up there.
Oh, okay.
And then however long I needed it to be. So it's basically verse, chorus is how lengthwise it came out. So that was a lot of fun to do. And then I'll show you, the video came out really good. Sweet. And the song is like, writing it was fun because I had to, in my head, I was like, I want to do, like a guitar solo-ish thing over it. So I got to keep the riff simple, Yeah. Don't want to do a lot of changes. Don't want to overcomplicate it. So kept it super simple and just played along with what the drum beat was that was there. And I was like, just jamming along with it. And I was like, riff works. All right, go.
Sweet.
And just record, go. And just not think about it. And it was funny because like I finished all the rhythm stuff, obviously. And like after it was done, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Like, I don't like this at all.
Oh, no.
I'm like, maybe this is too corny. And then I took a break, ate like lunch or whatever, came back, and then tracked like the leads over it. And I was like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun now. Like putting the lead over it. And then listening back, I was like, oh, wow, this is like, to me at least, it's catchy. Like, that's what's funny about it. I was like, I found myself like humming like the riffs like later, and I was like, okay,
now I want to hear it.
I think I got an earworm going. It's not like a metal song. It's not. It's more of like a rock song, and it's like it works. I think for what that video is.
Sick, fuck yeah,
and it was fun. So it was cool. Something
when are
different.
you gonna post it?
I think maybe tomorrow. Actually.
Oh, sweet, fuck yeah.
Yeah, should be cool. Nice little advertisement for the family business.
Sweet.
It was something fun to do, and it was cool to like edit all the videos together, and then that's actually what drove me upgrading like our video software that we use now. Even the computer I upgraded, and it started me thinking more about the video portion of this. And I started looking at some other stuff, possibly setting up a 2, possibly 3 cam setup as well for us, which would be a lot of fun.
Damn, hell yeah.
But we'll see.
Sweet.
As you can see, we've kind of upped the technology a little bit. And I think it's all starting to come together. So it's pretty cool.
Dude, I gotta come here on a day and like do something with this room.
Thinking the Eric Rattan drum throw in there. Crowbar
picture
dead
right there.
Fucking center. As big as we could get it.
Yeah, shit. I'll find the picture at least and get it to you.
It'd be awesome.
It's good. Yeah. I like it because
go to Kinko's and get that printed out.
I kind of like Crowbar, and you like don't really listen to Crowbar.
I don't even know if I've heard a Crowbar song.
They're dope. You might like them.
Let's not get carried away.
And Max likes them. Max likes Helmet. You like Helmet, kind of. No, you don't.
I don't even know.
Never mind.
I like, was it Paige Hamilton's guitar player that he has a guitar of, right? From Helmet?
Yes.
I like that guitar. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Max got 2 of those guitars.
Yeah. One of them was like a prototype. One of a kind prototype.
Yeah.
Dave, if you're listening, it's very rare.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, so that's what I got going on. What about you?
Man, nothing. We have our shows coming up, respectively. Yeah, nothing to plug. I should give a shout out to Neil Peart. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I figured like the first person I thought of was you when I saw that news. I was like, fuck, this kid's gonna be.
Yeah, I was just sad. It was hard. I had to take a walk. I didn't know for a minute and like take a breather.
I didn't know he was sick. I didn't know.
Nobody knew. But it's such like it just all of it makes a lot of sense. Like if you really decrypt it, like.
Well, you know that band a lot better than
he's a super private dude. He's always been a super private dude, like especially compared to Alex and Getty.
Right.
Like there's a lot of interviews and stuff. And they're cool with it, but they're like fine with talking and stuff. He's just not that type of dude.
Yeah,
there's did you ever see the documentary? It's on YouTube, Beyond the Lighted Stage. Mm-mm. You could watch it with I'll link it to you. It's like with Polish subtitles, but you can still see the whole thing. And they talk. There's a section where a lot of guys talk. Actually, I think it's the bass player from Rage or somebody from Rage is telling us.
Yeah,
he's telling a story about how he's a huge Rush fan and He had a chance to meet like Neil Peart, and he just said, he's like, yeah, I got the Neil Peart cold shoulder, and security had me get out of there. And he was he was kind of bummed. He's like, I get it though. Neil is like that type of dude where it's just like,
wants his alone time.
I get that. And it's so it's like, I don't know. Rush played their last gig 5 years ago. They did their farewell tour, kind of, and they kind of said it. They were like, "This might be it," but I don't know. In the back of my head, I always thought maybe because they do. How many
bands say that?
And they always do like 30th anniversary, 40th anniversary. I thought for sure, I'm like, they'll probably do some shows for a 50th anniversary, or maybe another. I mean, their last record now came out in like 2012 or 2013 or something. It's been out for like a long time, but in my mind, it's like brand new because I barely listened to it. But I thought maybe they'd always do another record, but I get it. Like, they kept it pretty quiet, and I mean, apparently he was battling with cancer for like 3.5 years, and oh
wow,
yeah, and it was brain cancer, which sucks. It's a bummer. Like, I'm definitely like more at peace with it than I was a few days ago. But I mean, it's just like, it's hard when that dude was like it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not only just like is he an incredible drummer, but like the shit he did with Rush's lyrics, like, add this whole philosophical perspective. It's like there were no rock bands doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
That grand idea.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, and it was just like it was like nerdy, justified music, and I was, that was like my gateway into metal. Pretty much was like listening to a band like Rush.
For a lot of people. Yeah.
So it was like them and King Crimson that really like lit that flame for me, and I was like, fuck it, like just went right into it and. Neil Peart was like the number one. Vinnie Paul was like the number two. And then Zach Gibson was like the number three. And then George Colias, Nick Barker, Derek Roddy. Those were like the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the drum shit. So, it's a bummer. But I mean, it's going to happen. It happens to everybody. And I get it.
All good things must come to an end.
Exactly. And it's like, you know what? They kind of bowed out pretty gracefully. That last record was good. And, I never got to see them, unfortunately. I always said I would, didn't. I mean, it's especially now. It's hard for me to go to shows like that.
I mean, I've thought about it before, like with bands like that, like they're big. It's like it's tough to go to those shows.
Yeah, and like, I have so many Rush live DVDs and box sets. It's just like this is literally the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's like pretty much. It's recorded so well, and like it's just like I know I'm gonna fuck with it and see it, like. So there you go. But it's just like they were such a massive band, and it sucks and it's a bummer.
Oh, absolutely.
And but listen to your favorite Rush records, guys, and appreciate your good drummers that you have left in the world, because there's not a lot, compared to that dude. Especially, there's not a lot, and it was a sad day, but a good remembrance. It's been cool. I love Rush, man. And it's just like, this is totally like reignited, just like, goddamn, like,
I'm sure
this band had such, dude, like they had such a fucking impact on me. And like, I remember my dad, they were like my dad's favorite band, and he would play them around the house, and I didn't get it because I was like, this guy sounds like a woman. And like, it was always dorky, and my mom would make fun of it and talk shit. And then like one day it just clicked, and I was like, oh fuck, like I get it. And then it was just like this whole world opened up, and it's like, before I knew it, I was just trying to buy all their records, and they have a shitload. So I was just like, I gotta get them all. Like, I remember like whatever allowance money I was getting when I was like a teenager, I was like, my parents, I'd make them drive me to like my dad drive me to Rolling Stone, and he was down because he loved Rush. So it was just like, oh, this is cool. And he was just like, I remember I'd be like, man, which ones should we get? He was like, why don't we just get like, like if I was going in to get one, I'd end up like walking out with 3 of them.
Hell yeah.
And it was just like, well, okay, like we're gonna get them anyway, right? And like,
might as well get them all when we're here.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was definitely cool shit. And so enjoy your favorite Rush records. I'm actually going to finally fucking try and read his book Ghost Rider that he wrote after his wife and daughter passed away. So I'm going to do that. Maybe check that out if you're interested. And I don't know, just listen to some cool music. Even if you're not even into Rush, just listen to something you fucking like. You know what I mean? Like, take some time to kind of appreciate that, especially like if it's something that I'm assuming a lot of musicians listen to our podcast. Obviously, our friends.
I think a good portion of our musicians.
So if civilians. Exactly. So even those people, like whatever gets you going, like, and it's something that you're into, I would say go for it. I mean, it's just crazy thinking of how much my music tastes have changed since then, like all over the board. And, you know, but it's cool that I could still look back at a band like that and be like, fuck yeah, I still like really enjoy this. Like, would I listen to a System of a Down record the same way I did back then? Probably not.
Right.
You know, I still enjoy it. I still like that band a lot and it's fun, but it's like, it's hard to listen to that without a nostalgic lens. But a band like Rush, I could do it both ways. I could listen to it for nostalgia.
Brings you back there.
And then it's also just like, oh, these songs are just incredible, you know, on their own. So
yeah, they're a band that I think musically stand the test of time. You know, like, you can't really box it in too much.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's all I wanted to plug today. Got really nothing else. So
that's good. Yeah, just the shows like we plugged, I think, last week too. And stuff.
Oh, why don't we plug your buddy Ask Metal Max?
That's the guy.
There you go.
I forgot he gave me the card.
Yeah.
So I can finally give him a shout out. It's Ask Metal Max, and it's at www.askmetalmax.com.
Yeah. So check it out. Fuck with it.
It seems like it's a relatively new podcast.
Well, he's got cards. He's got us beaten.
Yeah, we don't even have cards. Fuck. He outdid us.
Yeah.
But and you can check out the sweet interview that Gobo did that cracked me up when I watched it.
Yeah.
It's short. I think it's like maybe 10 minutes or something like that. And it's funny because like Gobo really leads the charge on the whole thing.
I have something I want to bring up to you about the podcast after the show, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
hopefully you guys enjoyed last week's episode. It was our first, I almost said new metal, death metal episode we did with Nate that we're going to be doing again and again. And so the next one will be new metal 02. We haven't even talked about albums yet.
I know what I'm picking. I think my pick.
We're not announcing it. Not on the next one, but I think the following one is when we're going to announce.
Okay.
I think. I can't remember.
That quick already?
Every 4 episodes, right? So this is 1, 2, 3. So not
Ivan's. The week after Ivan's, we'll announce it.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be it.
That's when it would be.
Because this is 1, Ivan is going to be 2.
That's another one. We're ranting. But I got to talk to you about that too.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Huge thank you to Brody for Skyping in. That was awesome. It worked out really great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'll post these in all the metal Facebook, this one and all the metal Facebook pages and shit. So
and everybody, if you're remotely into metal, definitely check out Rivers of Nihil. They're
absolutely
phenomenal band for sure. And if you can, go out to a show. They're great live.
Definitely.
Absolutely great.
Make the trek to Europe, damn it.
Yeah. When they come back to the States. Yeah, check them out.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, sweet.
Let's get out of here.
All right, sounds good. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the show. This is Jason. You already knew that, and I'm high, so why am I saying this again? But anyway, if you're watching this, please take a second to like and subscribe especially subscribe to our YouTube channel. I finally did it on my own personal profile, so you can fucking do it. Check us out. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Anywhere you could stream, give us a like, give us a comment. We got our new metal episode coming up next for the music one. Give us some shit. Give us, recommend some stuff and comment. Like, don't message me and Bill. Fucking say something. That's why we have these sections. So, yeah. But thank you for listening. That was really cool having Brody Uttely on, and we will be at you next time.
Perfect.